Gobert with the block. Utah drops the game, but the good news is they host Game 3 Thursday, where they've beaten Dallas 11 straight times. It's Tuesday, April 19th, birthday of Troy Polamalu. The Hall of Fame safety is 41 today and never not working. We're working to figure out the NFL draft. It starts a week from Thursday. There are still questions about where the quarterbacks will land. Mel Kiper is our expert. He's here this morning, 3 hours from now, 9 o'clock Eastern with Key, Jay, and Max. They're next. I'm Jay Reynolds. Back tomorrow with SportsCenter all night. It's ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max starts next at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN News.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Hand me that nail gun.
Here you go. And here's the fries.
Lunch. Who's hungry?
You know, maybe instead of loading up a nail gun with French fries to feed the crew, we should just order lunch through Easy Cater. Food from all our favorite restaurants.
My bad.
On time and as ordered.
Delicious. Huh. Load up the hot dogs while I think about it.
Some food just doesn't work at work, but Easy Cater just does. Food for work on time and as ordered from over 85,000 restaurants. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
Only Wendy's serves a better breakfast with a better biscuit. Our hot buttery breakfast biscuits are loaded with a fresh cracked egg, cheese, and your choice of bacon or sausage. And right now at Wendy's, they're only $1 each.
Wendy's breakfast biscuits, just $1.
So don't take a chance with those other guys. Bet your buck on a better breakfast with Wendy's bacon or sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's. Offer only applies to bacon or sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction and per person per day. Not valid in a combo.
Verizon knows you need internet speeds you can rely on at a price you can trust. Switch to Verizon Fios, the 100% fiber optic network with upload speeds up to 25 times faster than cable and internet plans with no surprises. Enjoy gaming with ultra low lag, streaming your favorite shows and movies, and video chatting to stay connected with your friends and family. All with no hidden fees and no expiring promo prices. Plans start at just $39.99 per month with AutoPay. That's right, faster speed and reliability costs less than you think. No surprises, no caveats, just the 100% fiber optic network and 100% price transparency. That's Verizon Fios. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. February 23rd, 2022 speed claim based on Fios gigabit connection max upload speeds of 880 megabits per second versus 35 megabits per second advertised upload speeds for Xfinity Gigabit, Spectrum Internet Gig, and Optimum 1 Gig plans. $15 per month router charge, $99 setup fee, and terms may apply.
WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Home of 76ers basketball and Flyers hockey.
Plug in.
97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
And we get it rolling on a Tuesday morning. Consider this your 76ers postgame show. Even though I heard Devon's last night with Tom McGinnis, they did a fine job summarizing the game. You may have gone to bed, and now you're getting up with us, the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic, and the show today in the 6 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters, because Bradford White is here for the pro. Hopefully everybody got in safely. I said to Bob and Coach, everything fine on your ride in today? And they both looked at me like, yeah, fine. There were giant puddles I drove through, like to the point where one of them I said, did I just enter something I shouldn't have entered? underneath an overpass.
Sounds like my college days.
Is that a lot of that, Pat?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of that back in the day?
Mm-hmm. Around 2:30 in the morning.
That's what happened to you?
Don't know if I should have entered this.
I don't know if you
go
should've.
deeper in that explanation there, Pat. What are you talking about exactly?
I think you can pick up what I'm putting down.
You can figure it out. And Pat is ready to go today, right, Pat?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to make the first segment the best segment? Are you going to?
No. If I make the first, that's just dumb line of thinking. If I make the first segment the best segment, then,
okay.
Where can you go?
Yeah, where am I going to go?
Well,
I only can go down.
Well, thanks to Bradford White. They're here for the pro. We appreciate them. Coach wants you to know, what does the 2-0 series lead mean? The 76ers have won 17 straight series when they've gone up 2-0. They're 29-1 in franchise history in the postseason when they have a 2-0 lead. And the last time they blew a 2-0 series lead, I remember this.
Don't bring it up.
I remember it. The NBA Finals against Portland, where they lost 4 straight after winning the first 2 games. These are not the Portland Trailblazers. These are the Toronto Raptors. And the Sixers win Game 1 and Game 2 in decided fashion. And the Wells Fargo Center was absolutely rocking last night. And Bob, I mean, just as we begin the entire, sort of breakdown and conversation of this, last night before the game, that building wasn't quiet. That building there was a buzz in the building last night. People were ready to come and party last night. I think Saturday's win gave people a lot of confidence. There was some fun and games going on even before the game got started last night.
Yeah, I think the confidence level of the fan base rose a lot after Saturday's game because there was just nothing that Toronto did that worried you at all. Everything that the Sixers did Saturday made you think, well, this could be a dominant series. The only Devon and I talked about it last night on the pregame show. The only thing that could have hurt the Sixers last night was they were as confident as the fan base was, because you don't want your team as confident as the fan base was last night. And it was a slow start. Toronto tried to give everything they could. It reminded me of like a little kid coming out and trying to fight his older brother, where he's swinging, and the brother just kind of holds his head. And you see the punches going, and they're not coming anywhere close to your body. It was kind of that way with the Sixers last night, I thought. Nick Nurse was a punk before the game, and I was shocked at what he said, saying, I hope the refs have enough guts to start calling things. Like, what the hell is that? That was uncharacteristic. It was crazy. I called people around the league about it, and none of them acted like they heard what he said because they were just kind of, they didn't want to comment on it.
There might be something coming on that?
No, I don't know. I don't know if something's going to happen. I think they were just all shocked and didn't want to say anything. But what are you doing?
If you're a great coach, you're supposed to have some answer. And to me, that pregame press conference from Game 2 yesterday would have told me in the locker room, Jamie, my coach doesn't believe we can win. He's going to try to pull every shell game, every crying about officials. He's already going to like the bottom of his bag of tricks in public relations because he knows we can't win. That's how I would feel about that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like it.
It's not a good look. I mean, I couldn't believe he said if they have the guts, maybe they'll review some of these things. Like, what?
What they're doing.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're cooked. And at the end of the game, when Joel Embiid was giving it to you in the classic Joel Embiid fashion, where you're probably half laughing and half pissed, he basically admitted to, yeah, we're going to foul you nonstop. So I don't, like, shut up. Go play basketball. That's your game plan. That's fine. You then can't cry about him being on the line because that is literally your only hope. And even then, it's a faulty philosophy because, by the way, Joel Embiid shoots like 83% from the line.
Their game plan, Pat, so last night they go bully ball, and that was going to be the game plan. And now they've just found themselves there. I don't know what the third card they could possibly play.
They don't have one. I mean, I find a hard time really complaining about Nick Nurse whining. He's a hate the face for me for a while.
Why is that?
But this is his best shot, and he knows it. His best opportunity is these guys get to the foul line as easily as anybody else, and our only option is to clearly foul them and hope that the refs swallow their whistle because I publicly shamed them. That's their whole game plan, and he knows it. So I have a hard time really ripping him for what he said about the refs because that is part of his game plan. That's how desperate he is, and he basically admitted it to Joel Embiid by saying, "Yeah, we don't have anybody who can guard you."
So Nick Nurse, it all goes back to 3 years ago. I mean, that's really the hate the face thing.
Yeah, when you get a quadruple bounce that sends you to the Eastern Conference Finals, bro, your luck has run out. I don't want to hear you bitching about the refs. I understand it's a gamesmanship thing, but please, enough.
I was going to, Bob, today, as a joke, was going to buy Pat the Nick Nurse hat that he was wearing in postgame last night that benefits the Nick Nurse Foundation. So I understand that there is some good being done with it. But I saw it was $65, and I said, I don't love Pat that much.
I'm sorry, what?
$65 for that hat.
Imagine if it had an uppercase N.
No, that's his logo.
If it had an uppercase N, it would probably be $130, but the lowercase N only costs $65.
By the way, did you know he had an official logo before he won the championship?
No.
Interesting. Bob, what's your logo? Is it a beer can with a B on it or something? I mean, what?
I don't like drawing attention to myself.
Like a logo. He had an official logo before on.
Yeah, that was weird.
And everything before that.
I mean, I hope he didn't spend a lot of money on it because it's literally just two lowercase N's.
Oh, no, I'm not. I didn't.
His comments last night before the game, it just reeked of desperation. It was weird. It was you do that maybe going into you're down 3-1 going into a game 5 or something like that, but to do that, to say that
before 2 made no sense.
Not at all. And it was funny because Devon and I, we went to Doc Rivers' press conference last night before the game. And then we went up, we did the show, and then we started seeing the tweets of what Nick Nurse said. And we just couldn't believe it. Both Devon and I had been to many, many press conferences, and we couldn't believe that he said that publicly. Like that's ridiculous. It's not going to get you anything. It's not going to get you anywhere. If anything, it's going to be a hindrance to your team moving forward. Look, NBA referees are there to do a job, and they get judged by it, and they get taped and all that stuff. But to think that's not going to sit in their back of their heads, they're human beings, and you're calling them out?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's pretty
awesome. Integrity is what you're calling.
Yeah.
You're calling someone's integrity.
It's pretty awesome to watch them unravel. I'm not going to lie. As much as I sports hate Nick Nurse right now, it's pretty great because it means he's absolutely frazzled by this team. He doesn't know what to do.
No, he does not.
And I don't blame him because I don't know how you defend this team when Tobias and Maxey are giving you what they're giving you right now. If it's not a fluke, they're going to compete.
Can we do a minute or two on what, Maxey got a ton of love yesterday in the show. Tobias Harris has shown up twice in a row, and Tobias Harris is a better defensive player than he was last year in the postseason.
He's been great. He's always been a willing defender, but he's been really good.
But he was bad last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, he was.
But so what is it? Well, I mean, because Tobias Harris has been exceptional through 2 games.
You know what I think is having a big effect right now? I think James Harden has an intensity that they haven't seen here since Jimmy Butler.
So you believe it's just it's the one-upsmanship.
Yep.
You're trying to match the guy.
A high tide rises all boats.
Yeah, there you go. It's exciting.
It was weird last night in that my timing might not be exactly correct, but it was late in the first quarter when I looked up at the scoreboard and Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey combined for 0 points. So it took him a while to get going, and it was kind of – and Doc Rivers talked about it after the game, and I think I saw exactly what he was talking about. He took Tyrese Maxey out of the game, and Tyrese was going to the bench, and Doc called him back over.
I know
Doc
what he
was
said to him. Did you hear Tyrese?
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. I'm sorry, yeah.
No. I didn't know if you knew what Doc said to him. Tyrese, after the game, said, Doc said, why aren't you being aggressive? You haven't done it yet.
Yeah, be you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it.
And it was funny because when he was coming off the court going to the bench, and Doc called him back over because Doc was up by half court or the coaching slot there, and he talked to him for a little bit. And Tyrese had nothing, no points, nothing. And the game started, I thought, oh, wow, they're really going to rely on Embiid to do everything here, huh? And Embiid had 19 in the first quarter. But those two still finished with really good nights. When this team is going the way they're going right now, and Jamie, I think you were alluding to it, you find it hard. Like, last night, James Harden didn't do a whole lot.
No, he did not.
No.
But he was still fine and really good. And this team offensively is really good.
It was 7-0, and then it was 11-2, and one of our guests last night, one of our clients in the box, just stops and looks around at me and goes, uh-oh. And I said, I think this is the best thing ever. And he goes, why?
Quick little jab to the mouth.
And
Get
I
a little
said,
blood in there.
Yeah, I thought it got their attention.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, that 11-2 deficit got their attention and got them into it early. They didn't sleepwalk through 3 quarters.
Yeah.
They got into it early because they got punched in the face.
Yeah, it was great.
And that was awesome.
I was thinking about this yesterday, too, with Tyrese Maxey and the level he's elevated to. Historically, in the context of the league, if you get that kind of emergence from your fourth non-max player,
it's amazing.
That should result in a title. Almost every time.
Let's just worry about beating Toronto.
Look at you.
Hey, there.
I mean,
by the way, the fine
I'm not saying they are, but when you get that spliced in with 3, legit max players,
Dare to dream.
That's huge. What he's given this team right now is unbelievable.
It's game 2. Don't rain on this man's
No,
parade.
I'm the one raining on it.
No, neither
I'm
of
not
you.
saying they're winning the title. I'm just saying.
I think you are.
Say it
No.
with your chest.
I just want a split in Toronto.
Tyrese Maxey.
Before I start talking about even winning a first-round series.
Nope. Maxey changed everything.
Well, let's hope it does. Hey, the all-new BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app, the official presenting partner of the Sixers playoffs. Download the app or go to betparks.com. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Glad to see the folks from Parks last night in the box. North Penn Mazda showing up in the box.
Nice.
DryTech Waterproofing Solutions. I mean, Shifty may call in at some point today. I met Shifty last night. What a great nickname. To be called Shifty. It could be
that is a good nickname.
Quite a story to that. Denzel in West Philadelphia joins us and joins the party here on the John Kincade Show. Good morning. Welcome to the postgame show, Denzel.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good, buddy.
All right. I want to start off by saying great Sixers win. I watched the entire game from beginning to end.
Okay.
A few points that I wanted to make. First, I want to say that I was the first one of my worries with initially going into the series was Doc Rivers and him being stubborn with his vets. I've seen that he hasn't, like DeAndre Jordan, really ain't touched the floor. He's been using B-Ball Paul, which was a great move, with something I've been asking for. Well, I know a couple people have been saying, but a lot of people are saying, like, well, he hasn't used him since, and he's not going to use him now. I'm happy that he is using them. He brings a different level of energy that the other two that DeAndre Jordan really can bring. The next 2 things I know is with Danny Green. He's playing with a lot. He was early in the season he was like moving like a dinosaur. In these last few weeks, I don't know what different regimen he's been doing, but the last week or so in this series, he's been moving with a lot more pop. He dunked on somebody last night.
I love that I love the fact that he took care of business last night and came right out and started shooting. And you talked about it, Bob, yesterday in the show a little bit, that you felt they'd go to that early. And they went to Danny Green early, and Danny Green was hitting the shot.
And some people cashed in. We got a couple tweets.
I did too.
I did not. I forgot.
Wait a minute. You were the one raving about it.
I know. That was
what the hell, Jamie? You do this.
I do it a lot.
You let me cash in on stuff.
Yeah. I'm happy everybody else cashed.
By the way, the Harden was terrible, though.
Yeah, that was
the Harden assist. We got our asses handed to us on that one.
What do you guys think? He cost me in my parlay.
That was the one that just.
I signed on thinking I was going to have, a couple extra bucks, and I was greeted by a bunch of zeros.
I thought James Harden last night was good.
Yeah. That's the same thing you said about Joel Embiid. Not you, particularly. Same thing we all said about Joel Embiid in the first game.
Yeah.
He was good.
He was good.
He wasn't
like
great.
Last night was
so
not.
Your two best players have each had a game where they were good.
Yeah.
Not, and you've won.
Decidedly.
You've won decidedly in both of the games.
Putting
it says
nicely.
a lot.
You whooped their ass.
You did.
You demoralized them. I mean, you saw that Raptors bench. I told Bob earlier when Joel hit that fadeaway three, it was Van Vliet and Thad Young, and they just had that like glazed over look of what the hell do we do?
I'll see if they're demoralized tomorrow night.
Oh, they're demoralized, John.
No, I'll see tomorrow night in Game 3. If they go out and win Game 3, they ain't demoralized. It's up to the Sixers to put foot on the throat. To show that they're truly demoralized.
They'll come out with effort. There's no question about it. I mean, that's what NBA teams do, especially kind of underdog teams, a well-coached team, even though, you know, what Nick Nurse says. But they'll come out and fight. But I said it after Game 1 and then seeing it last night and watching some of the game with you last night, John. They don't have anything.
No, they don't.
They don't have anything to counter what the Sixers had. They just don't.
How did he win so many games? Almost as many as Doc Rivers and the Sixers.
Well, I'll tell you how. It's a great question, but he brings those guys out, a lesser talented team. He brings them out and they fight every game, and that there's something to be said for that. You can be a lesser talented team and have, you know, a Siakam and a Van Vliet or whatever who are good players, and you can go out and win 40 games, something like that. But if you have them ready to play every night and have them believe, hey, you're the less talented team tonight, they'll come out and battle and win more games than they should, just like this Toronto team did this year.
Hey, if you pay it or are still paying the cost of a COVID-19 funeral, you may qualify for up to $9,000 in FEMA assistance. Just call 844-684-6333. Vernon in Philadelphia joins us. Vernon, good morning. You're on The Fanatic.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
What's up, brother?
I have one thing that I like and the other thing that I didn't kind of like. The one thing I like was the fact that the adjustment Doc did by using Danny Green right now, knowing that he wasn't going to be able to use Matisse in the Toronto series, and that gives them an understanding for the players to know, how they're going to adjust to that. That's the one thing I like. The other thing, the thing I didn't like was the way how they let up off the gas and let them come back in there. And my thing is, when you punch a team down, I mean, you punch them down and you stay punching them down and you don't give them any air. And to give them the air that they did, even though they, the Sixers pushed it back up, but to let them, get any momentum of thinking that way or whatever, no, I don't want, you don't let them breathe. Keep choking them.
Yeah, you got it. And that's the key. I'll know the effects of the first two. What they did is they won the two games in Philadelphia. They won what they're supposed to win. But they won them in a fashion that I got to tell you, if you had told me two sort of blowouts, I wouldn't have expected that at all.
No.
But now you have to go and you have to win on the road. Now you got to do it, and you've been really good in the road this year. You got to go and show that they're demoralized. Show that you have the focus.
Yeah, I'm oddly not worried about it anymore.
I'm not worried about a split. I honestly believe a split's coming.
Oh, I think this could be over on Saturday.
Wow.
I shifted.
Really?
I gave the Raptors a little too much credit headed into this series,
Pat,
I think.
Pat, are you thinking that too?
Yeah.
I saw a nod.
I've been thinking it.
Yeah, I mean, he called it. Him and Connor were feeling this way from the start.
Me and Connor got mocked for saying this series is going to be a cakewalk.
I don't think we mocked you.
I'm sorry. Here we go. Here's the revision history. You were sitting there clutching your pearls. You're clutching them, and you're saying, "Oh no, the big bad Raptors are coming."
No,
I've seen Jurassic Park. No, we don't want none of those Raptors. And me and Connor are sitting there going, "Bring them. We want all of it, all of it." So no, don't sit there and walk it back, Bob, and go, I don't think we were doing. You were.
I don't think I was walking it back either.
And Connor will sit there and back me up on this. All right.
Did we?
You want to sit there? Scared money don't make no money.
Did we shame you for thinking what you thought? I don't think.
First of all, if Connor is good, one of these bold predictions comes right, it will be the first. In fact, it will lead Action News.
I'm going to be honest.
Because usually his bold statements don't tend to be correct.
Yeah, John, I wasn't feeling real confident when I was in line with Connor in this line of thinking, but now I'm feeling pretty chesty.
By the way, clutching the pearls, you have to do the Southern lady's voice. You have to come up with a Southern lady's voice.
I'll do that in the next
You
hour.
come up with that. But I'll tell you, great start today, Pat, after yesterday.
Yeah, I think he got a talking to.
Dylan's warming up in the parking lot.
They are. B-Hawk, what's up, brother? You're on The Fanatic. How are you, man?
yo, what's going on? My fault. I'm in Wawa. I'm walking away right now. Yo, the last caller had a heck of an analysis establishing our identity. And I'm with you. I gave the Raptors too much credit. But when we beat them with Scotty Barnes and we suppressed Gary Trent Jr., because that was the X factor for their team through the season, Gary Trent Jr. And after seeing yesterday, I'm like, hold up. We gave them too much credit, but we do got to put the throttle on because we do have to see in Miami. We got to let them know because we know they're going to try to bring Yusuf in, Bam, double team and B, but all across the board. And I'm always dogging Tobias. He came up.
Yeah, Tobias has done it. B-Hawk, Tobias has been. That's why I wanted to take a moment with that. Thanks, brother, and enjoy your Wawa run.
Just shoot. Just shoot it, man.
Tobias is done. It took a while, but and the one thing I'll know tomorrow night, this team might have flicked a switch.
Maybe. We'll find out.
I mean, they may have flicked a switch.
They're walking into
look, Bob, this team didn't look like this at all, except for the first few games when James Harden got here. This team has not looked like this. And for 20 games, they didn't look like this down the stretch.
The North's a tough place to play, so we'll probably know early.
It is a really tough place to
play. Yeah.
I mean, they're shooting over 50% from the floor in both of these games. They're shooting close to, if not, close to 50% from three in these games. They're physically stronger than Toronto. They're physically faster and quicker than Toronto. You've been getting really good defensive performances. Tobias Harris was really good defensively last night.
James Harden played defense.
James Harden played a little bit of defense too. Yeah.
What's going on here?
Hey, want to remind you, you're listening for the Sounder. You're going to be winning free gas cards every hour today. Every hour of the day, you're listening, and you're going to get a free gas card. You listen for the Sounder. Thanks for listening. Let's hear what it sounds like. Would you fill her up, please? That's not, though, your reason to call right now. When you hear that every single hour in the show, you're going to call 215-263-0975. You get a $50 gift card, all made possible by our friends at H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. For fast, friendly, and local HVAC service, visit DelcoHVAC.com. A $50 gas card will be yours. Oh, by the way, we have to do this, too. Phillies lost. All right, I'm just going to say the Phillies talk. We're apologizing if there's not a lot of great in-depth Phillies conversation on the show during this Sixers run.
How about that?
Aaron Nola looked good for about 5 innings.
No, he did.
It was a good game overall. Yeah,
he bounced back strong.
The
I
bats
felt
need
that he
to
would.
wake up.
The bats are terrible.
For the first time this year, I didn't see one single second of the Phillies game.
Okay, we'll get into more of that. We're gonna get out of here. The audio time capsule for Game 2. We'll talk about that. See who was most accurate. And Pat may have some more funny Bob voices, which are going over really well. People are enjoying the Bob voice. It's the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. You know, when you were a kid and it was great weather outside and you're playing in the yard, and Mom would come out and give you a treat of some sort, maybe a icicle, something like that. How about a creamsicle? You know, those mouth-watering creamy orange things that came off the Good Humor truck? Well, Steven Singer knew about it. His mama must have done that. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com right now, and you can get his brand new 24-karat gold dip rose. It is a great time to tell Mom, I remember those moments, and I want to remember you this Mother's Day. Plus, it's the easy way for you to shop. You get fast and free shipping. That's a perfect thing. You get a free personalized love note and a free lifetime guarantee on her rose. Mother's Day is early this year, so you need to get on your horse, take care of this, get it done before the NFL draft. See the entire collection starting at just $59 at IHateStevenSinger.com. She's going to love these roses. They're going to last a lifetime. You can check out the creamsicle rose, the newest color, or some of the other classic colors. Check it out. IHateStevenSinger.com.
The John Kincade Show.
Say it. I'll say it. Loser, putz, dork, doof, dink, schmo, dingus, goober.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Paid for by Fidelity.
Today we're talking to Lauren, a financial services associate at Fidelity, about her Series 7 career. So Lauren, we know having your Series 7 is key, but when it comes to your career, what were you looking for that you found with Fidelity?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I think the big lesson is that I just didn't know what I didn't know. I knew I was looking to find things like great benefits, great technology to better serve clients, though most of all, the resources and a culture of support to help me grow my career. So you start to wonder what your options may be.
Can you tell us a bit more about your Series 7 career with Fidelity?
Yes. So with Fidelity Investments, I found the growth opportunities I was looking for with my Series 7 and also a great culture with a company that puts clients first. This actually helps me achieve something much more powerful than I could have at my past job.
If you're looking to make a switch like Lauren, Fidelity Investments is hiring Series 7 professionals near you. Trade up to a company with the growth opportunities and reputation for putting people first that you'd expect from a large financial firm. Visit branches.fidelitycareers.com. That's branches.fidelitycareers.com. Fidelity is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, are you tired of dealing with your old drafty windows and doors? Well, it's time you go Guida. Yes, my good friends at Guida Door and Window. They're going to help make your window and door replacement project more affordable with their buy one, get one half off sale. That's right. For every door or window you buy, you'll get the second one at 50% off, and you can mix and match these savings to suit your own needs. Buy an entry door, get half off a storm door. Buy a patio door, get 50% off a window. Need to replace all the windows and doors in your house? Then you'll save 50% on half of your project. It's simple. The more you need, the more you save. Plus, Guida will make it easy for you to afford your project with no money down, interest-free financing for up to 18 months. Act now. This offer is for a limited time. Restrictions apply. For details, call Guida today. Schedule a free no-obligation in-home estimate. The number's 1-877-GO-GUIDA. Or check them out online at GoGuida.com. That's go, G-U-I-D-A.com.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FUN for 25 cents a gallon or more cash back on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code FUN to earn 25 cents a gallon or more on your first tank. That's code FUN.
Carrie, can you make sure Ada's cleaned up?
Restaurant Week has Sanjay's tables jam-packed.
Can somebody please refill the...
He needs more servers to keep these new customers coming back.
Let's keep these tables turning as fast as possible, okay? Gonna need to hustle.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. You and your friend both look over at each other, and then he puts his head back out the window. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
The minute you lay your eyes on the all-new Toyota Tundra Capstone, you'll know it was made to make a statement. With its 22-inch dark chrome alloy wheels made for turning heads. Carefully crafted two-tone leather trim seats made for pulling up in style. 12-speaker JBL premium audio made for turning up. Plus, power running boards made for stepping out on the town. The all-new Tundra Capstone, made to make a statement. Toyota, let's go places. JBL is a registered trademark of Harman International Industries, Inc.
Hey, this is Bomani Jones. What's your favorite podcast? Let me tell you why that'll be number 2 after you listen to mine. 3 times a week, I'm going to challenge you to keep up with me as I discuss topics from the latest in technology and music, and people getting dunked on. Also, you'll get the very best analysis of the games, and we watch them with encyclopedic level historical connection. Plus, we have got a community of guests that you'll feel like are your closest friends in no time. Listen and subscribe to The Right Time with Bomani Jones Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey there, casino fans. I'm here to let you know that the new BetRivers.com casino app is here. It's got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play, fast payouts, and a rewards program you'll love. Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops. So get ready, casino lovers, to experience the BetRivers.com difference you can trust. It's a whole new game. Download it today.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey.
We've got an official charity partner on the John Kincade Show, and it's the American Association for Cancer Research. And they do amazing, amazing work. Why? Because they're funded by you. You make donations. You take care of people. You do something on behalf of a brother or a sister or a mom or a dad or maybe a friend from work, because these researchers develop these scientific discoveries that benefit patients and families everywhere. Private citizens like you and me can help add up to be able to get the next breakthrough that's going to help cancer patients be able to live more productive lives or maybe find their way to remission. You're going to love the AACR. They're great, great folks, scientists and doctors working for the cure. And when you donate, you're supporting families who are in this fight right now. Download on right now. Go right now to aacr.org/fanatic. That's aacr.org/fanatic. That's how you can donate, because I am living proof, and I thank you for it, that cancer research saves lives.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Remember, when you leave the car, we don't have to leave your morning. Grab that 97.5 app.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Are you going to Vegas next week? Philly Sports Trips would love to see you at one of our parties. You can go to phillysportstrips.com. They're also taking fans to San Diego for the weekend of June 23rd to watch the Phillies in a 4-game series, and you can join them.
That's a trip.
Go to phillysportstrips.com. I think that would be the ultimate. That'd be the ultimate baseball trip.
I caught a Phillies game out there a couple years ago, and it did not suck.
San Francisco is a great, I think, maybe the best stadium, best venue.
That's what I hear consistently.
Pat, it's
pretty
really
awesome.
Pat, you could literally the hotels most people would stay at are probably like a mile away, and then you walk down. You would walk to and there's little bars and eateries along the way to stop and have a drink.
That being said, I would
Pat?
choose San Diego over it.
But I went to San Diego
because of the city.
The city's great.
I went to San Diego a couple years ago, and the stadium is gorgeous.
Well, I could spend 3 nights or whatever it is in San Diego and go to baseball games. That'd be pretty okay with me.
Seems really good too.
Yeah, check out Philly Sports Trips. Now, the Phillies though may not be worth the price of admission at the moment. They're 4-7, but just a quick mention that Aaron Nola, my faith in Aaron Nola was restored. Again, he did his job last night. Aaron Nola is an absolute ace. Well, he did his job last night. And I will say anything for the American Association for Cancer Research, obviously. He did his job. The bats are terrible. And the just running through the quick run-through of the game, the at-bats are terrible. I think there's a different thing. The bats are terrible. The at-bats are terrible. The plate discipline, terrible. It's just a bad start.
Maybe Girardi should try to juggle the lineup.
Jeez, that's all he does.
Yeah, I tweeted out after last night's game because I stupidly switched over.
Did you really?
After being in a good mood, I switched over, and it was in just enough time to see Aaron Nola give up a home run. Jamie, I know you were on board with that as well.
I did see that live, yeah.
I think I'm done with him.
Why?
I think I'm done with Girardi.
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 Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm done. And I had a guy tweet, what did he do to lose this game? And it's just the straw that broke the camel's back. You just lost 6 of 7, and they don't seem to be the team that we all thought. Yeah, it's and he really hasn't done a lot to warrant keeping the job. And as Jamie's pointed out, he's kind of a lame duck anyway. I think I've just sold that ticket on Prop Swap.
Who'd he bring in?
I have an idea.
Because I'm not going to lie, it did cross my mind this weekend.
Pete McCannon,
Mike Scioscia.
I don't want any parts of Mike Scioscia.
Why?
Because he had 20 years in Anaheim and never really won.
Do you believe he had the resources to win?
I think a couple of years he had. I think he underperformed with what he did have.
He won a World Series, went to other postseasons.
Yeah, and that was 21 years ago.
Okay. Do you think he woke up this morning and said, "Oh, I don't understand baseball"?
Is that what you're thinking?
But I mean, you could have made the same argument about Joe Girardi. He won a World Series, and
I don't think Joe Girardi won the World Series with a stacked deck, with a payroll bigger than anybody's in baseball.
Yeah,
with a deeper resources.
And it was also way quicker, more recent than Mike Scioscia.
Yeah, but that's not what Mike Scioscia.
Like Mike Scioscia had the best player in baseball that probably any of us have ever seen. That guy. You couldn't win with him at all.
And what else did he have?
I mean, they signed that Pujols guy. He was pretty good. Then they signed Josh Hamilton. He was pretty good at the time.
But they
then
weren't.
they signed Anthony Rendon.
But they weren't.
Yeah, but they would was that them being on diminishing skills or Mike? So I don't want any parts of Mike Scioscia.
Dude, when you're in doubt, you got to hire a Delco guy. I mean, that's what it comes to.
I love the idea of somebody understanding the city. I do like that idea. That somebody would step in with a pedigree. But I don't think Mike Scioscia wants to work.
At this point, I would take one of you guys over Girardi and his binders.
There we go. So the Phillies lose. We won't be. It's the strangest thing to me that anybody's like, let's get into some deep Phillies talk. No. It's depressing. It's anxiety-ridden right now. And you know what? I really do believe it's going to turn around. I may look stupid in 3 weeks saying that, but I believe it will turn around and there will be happier days ahead. Let's revisit the audio time capsule from yesterday. And let's see who saw Game 2 the clearest in a review of our predictions. Pat, where should we start? You want to go with me?
Let's start with you. Yeah, let's go around the horn here.
I believe the Sixers tonight are going to in a much closer game, feel anxiety level than they had in Game 1, despite the fact that Toronto has a ton of injuries. I also believe that Joel Embiid will go off. He had 19 points on Saturday. I'm saying 30-plus easily tonight. And I also believe that the Sixers will win a game that will be much tighter than a lot of people expect. I would still lay the 7.5, but I believe there are going to be points where we say tonight, the Sixers should have put this team away earlier. Incorrect completely. And Embiid never.
You were right on Embiid.
Yeah.
Embiid never got to 30. Did he? Or did he get to
31.
30? He lost my bet for me, so I just.
Yeah, 31.
He was missing one basket. Okay, but he didn't get to 30 easily. He scored with a minute to go to make it 31.
But he had 19 in the first quarter.
He dominated. He dominated. Yeah. But I think there was never a moment last night, even in the first 5 minutes, where I was saying,
when they went on that little bit of a run in the fourth.
You felt that?
I didn't say.
What was it, 15-0 or something?
They were up at one point by 29, and then it got to, I want to say 11.
I think it was a 15-0 run.
It was 11, and I was going, call a timeout, and then Tyrese got a steal, step back, bang!
Yeah, I wasn't worried that they were going to lose the game. It was more of like, oh, God, you're going to make this, as you said in your prediction, closer than it probably could.
Yeah, but I don't believe that ever. I don't believe that ever happened. There was no anxiety last night. As a Sixers fan, was there?
I got tight right then for a second, and then
Really?
Tyrese. I didn't think they were going to lose it, but I thought it was going to end up being like a sweat.
I don't think they were the Atlanta Falcons. I didn't expect them to be blowing like a 29-point lead.
But Tyrese ended that
was
real
awesome.
quick.
All right, how did Bob do looking at it?
That was cute that Toronto tried to man up against the Sixers last night. When push came to shove, the Sixers were using two hands while Toronto was using a pinky. The Sixers were just too strong for Toronto last night. Joel Embiid was a monster, and they had to go back to the old habit of trying to send two guys at him, and when they did, there's just too much there with the quickness of Maxey and the moxie of James Harden. So I see the Sixers having won a 17-point game.
Bob, that is really, really good. That was really good because that was the major storyline of the night. Was the them trying to play bully ball and the Sixers just sort of brushing that off. I think Bob nailed that one. I don't know if anybody's going to beat it. I don't think anybody beats that one. Jamie, do you beat it?
No. I think the Sixers win by 10 plus. I'm going to say it again until proven otherwise. James Harden's going to be good for 22 and 13. I think Tobias Harris has another good game, but I think Nick Nurse is frazzled and he's going to stop tripling Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid is going to take advantage because they have nobody to cover him. I think he goes off, I agree with you, John, for probably 30 plus. And I think he looks like an MVP of the league. Maybe tight at times, but they're going to pull it out rather handily.
Yeah,
that's good too. Not too far off. The Harden one was the only miss.
That was a big miss.
Yeah, but I got Tobias and Joel right.
Yeah, you did.
Better than you.
The storyline, you did do better than me.
Wow.
You did do better than me.
Jeez.
But I fell on the sword and said mine wasn't good. You're trying to double talk me into saying it was good.
I was better than I remembered.
All right, how about you, Patty?
Yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah, they're not losing this game, that's for sure. 118-106, and it's not even that close. It's only, quote-unquote, that close because of the fact that they're going to end up sitting a lot of their starters towards the end of the fourth quarter with about 3 minutes left when it's obvious this game's in hand. I think Joel Embiid goes off for 26 and 11, but he doesn't doesn't have to do a lot because the supporting cast will be there. I think this is a game where you're going to see Paul Reed, Isaiah Joe, Charles Bassey maybe. They're going to get the reserves in there to get some run because it's just this game is out of hand. I do like Shake Milton to contribute off the bench as your sixth man. I do like Danny Green to have at least 2 threes, and Tyrese Maxey will have 20+.
Not
what
bad.
An idiot.
No, but I mean, not bad. No, the numbers you gave at the end were good, but the analysis was bad. Bob wins. Bob wins game
Good
2.
job, Bobby.
Bob wins game 2.
Pat, did you imitate me earlier?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were imitating me.
Yeah.
That was excellent.
Do it again.
That was a great.
missed it.
He can't. It was in the moment.
Yeah, you can't force it.
Nah, okay.
Cousin Ryan loved it, by the way, Pat.
You can't force it.
He said you were rolling there. Great. He loved the Bob voice.
It's good. It's good to see that you're ready to go today. I'm proud of you. As opposed to yesterday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Steven Delco joins us on the Fanatic.
Yesterday.
Hi, Steve. What's up, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
Doing well, thanks. Just 2 quick points. One, went to the game last night, and gotta say, for everything that people say about Philly, not many cities are bringing that energy on a Monday in a terrible rainstorm, playoff game or not. So just wanted to say that kind of about the fans in the city, because I know we get our national attention for other things.
Sure.
And second, despite having Embiid, Harden, and Tobias, I know they're the headliners with the max contracts, but I really think this team unlocks with Maxey. And I know that's a lot to put on a 21-year-old, but you even saw last night when Toronto was making that comeback in the fourth quarter. We all got the chills from last year, and he just hit the 3, and it's a dagger. And next thing you know, the tide just kind of turns back our way.
It was
same thing when they acquired Harden.
Yeah.
It was kind of Maxey unlocking with connecting with him. So stinks to put that on a 21-year-old, but that kid's special, and I really think our long-term postseason kind of hinges on how well he develops here.
It was a great night last night, Steve. That place was hopping. Bob, I need to ask you something, though, about the policies in the building. Why has it always been gates open? Maybe it's because I go in press gates too often. Has it always been 1 hour? The gates open.
Yeah, I think it's
an hour and a half for suite holders, but you can't even go to the suite.
Yeah,
and then the fans an hour before the game in the NBA. It's Pat, isn't it an hour and a half in the NHL?
I think
they open up longer in the NHL.
I thought it was 2 hours, but
I mean,
it might be an hour.
I don't understand why are they opening up. Why are the gates opening a 7:30 game? Open the gates at 6:30.
And don't you want the sales of beer and
you
food?
don't want people in there?
Yeah.
And by the way,
shopping at the store.
The Resistance in Philadelphia. I will applaud the Resistance last night. There were the nonsensical mask mandate that Philly's doing that no one else is doing because they're actually following the CDC. Last night, fans were walking through the metal detectors, wearing their mask, getting their tickets scanned, and then taking their masks off. And if you look at the shots of the crowd, it was minuscule, the amount of people that were keeping their masks on.
Yeah, Kevin Kincade from Crossing Broad put out a picture from the TV, and he said, I count 44 people in this photo. 4 are wearing masks. 3 of them were cameramen.
You're going to the NBA. You're going to an NBA game. You're watching all these other NBA playoff games. This is the only city in America that's pulling this, or Canada, pulling this stuff. That's forcing this down the throats of the fans. And the fans didn't cooperate last night. I mean, in the concourses, it was probably 20% of people wearing them.
Yeah. It was, you see workers walking around that don't have
well,
it.
They have to wear it. Yeah,
well, they even weren't. That's my kind of my point. It's strange. I mean, we're sitting there on Saturday night amongst the crowd, and nobody's wearing a mask. 20,000 people, and then 2 nights later, you have to go in, and they're demanding that you wear a mask.
It's nonsense.
Look,
By the way, Delta and American announcing today for your flights, it's optional if you want to wear your mask. Because it was overturned.
But you have to wear it in the terminal, which is Philadelphia. But then when you get on the enclosed space on the plane, you can take it off. Makes a lot of sense.
Which makes no sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense.
So in every other airport,
you like your brain in a pretzel.
Now you're able to walk. Now you can walk around, and then you can take it off. But once you're on the plane, hey, we're going to Vegas next week on American. It's a 5 hours or so in the tube.
Yeah.
That will be different. And
I will
they
hopefully
finally
be sleeping.
Are moved on. Let's hope.
What?
Yeah.
He wants to sleep on the plane. Yeah, he's getting to Vegas.
No.
Yeah.
What?
No, we're going to Vegas. We're having fun on the plane. Stop being
I'm
an
going to
old
have
man.
fun on
will
the
you?
airport.
Sleep on the
I'm going to have a
plane.
drink
Exactly.
with
Have a
the
drink
stewardess,
beforehand.
and I'm out.
You
sleep
mean
on the
flight
plane.
attendant?
You have
What did I
fun,
say?
What is
Steward?
it, 1970?
Steward?
Flight attendant.
I thought it was. Yeah, okay.
Flight attendant.
Steward, stewardess, whatever.
What is
Flight
wrong
attendant.
with you?
Oh, my gosh.
Steward's
You
fine.
went back in 1975.
Just got to get my slacks pressed.
Would you fill her up, please? Would you fill her up, please?
Oh, you know what to do. You know what to do. In fact, let's go first caller. Just make it easy on Connor in the beginning of the show today.
No.
Yes, first caller today.
Why?
Make it easy on him early. He got a haircut. He got a big boy haircut. He looks great.
Let's do caller number 112.
We may
because
do
the
that
Sixers
later.
Scored 112 points.
We may do that later. So Connor will take the first caller, and there will be a $50 gift card, courtesy of our friends at H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. For fast, friendly, and local HVAC service, visit DelcoHVAC.com. As we say, thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Hey, in Cooney's Corner.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner. Our perfect show just ended.
Bob wants to talk diversity. What? Are you in HR now? What is this? What's going on?
Yeah, this Sixers offense, I really think it lends to being their best defense. Toronto doesn't know what to do at all when it comes to trying to stop the Sixers. They're shooting over 50% for the series, close to 50% from three-point line in the two games. We talked about the big four and what do you need from them. Like Pat brought it up. It was a great conversation piece, I thought, last week. How many points do you need from the big four? And you're talking Embiid, Harden, Maxey, and Harris, obviously. Well, in the first game, you got 105 points from them. Last night, you got another 88. It's amazing what they're doing offensively. And I noticed it when I was sitting there the other night, close up, and then last night sitting up higher and watching. They just don't have an answer. They so much don't have an answer of how to stop the Sixers defensively that it's hurting them offensively. I think they go down the other end of the court and they're like, what's it worth? Their offense didn't look good last night, Toronto's. They did exactly what we talked about yesterday, and that was just look for the three-point shot as much as they could. And they were successful early a little bit. I don't know. Matisse Thybulle bothered me last night. I thought he had a horrible game. He didn't play well defensively. He's not doing anything. But whatever. I just think that this offense, the way it's humming right now, the Sixers offense, is frustrating the hell out of Toronto, and it's affecting their offense. That's why I say the Sixers' diversity on offense is really a good defense for them. I don't think Toronto has an answer at all. And then they come down the other end of the floor, and they're like, oh, my God, we can't stop these guys. And I think it's affecting them offensively also.
I would say, too, through the first two games, though, Bob, that diversity of offense has proven my thought process wrong in that James Harden, I said, I need him to go for like 25 in the playoffs. He's averaging 18 through his first two games.
But what's Maxey averaging?
Exactly, but I didn't see that.
No, I mean, I don't think any of us saw him putting up 38.
It speaks to that.
Yeah, it's in the first two games that you've had so far, you had one game where Embiid was good. Last night you had a game where James Harden was good. You would have gone into any series this year before it started and say, okay, those are your main guys. You got to have them going. Where's your other questions? You've had two games where each one of them was just okay. You've had Tobias Harris pick up. You've had Tyrese Maxey be brilliant. This team offensively, I don't want to use the word impossible, but they're damn near impossible to stop right now.
And that's why I said demoralized. When they play defense, I don't think they know what to do. And when you don't know what to do, you become hopeless. This offense is unbelievable right now.
It really is.
I was on the bridge last night going home. Sorry, James. I was on the bridge last night going home, and I was just like kind of rewinding the game in my head. And and I brought it up earlier. It kept coming back to me. It's the big guy holding the kid's head, and the kid's swinging, trying to hit him, but he can't hit him because he's 3 feet away. That's what it looks like to me. That's what the Sixers to Toronto is right now.
And Toronto can't get near the basket.
No.
Like, there's no easy buckets for him. Everything's perimeter induced because they're almost afraid to go inside versus this team.
I think when the game got a little lopsided last night, they were getting some close-in baskets.
Yeah,
but
for the most part,
it had already been decided.
They're playing a perimeter game. You know, Nick Nurse is crying about fouls. Fred VanVleet's bombing threes. He doesn't want to go anywhere near the lane.
Yeah, that analogy that Bob just laid out hit a little too close to home for me. But I am trying to remind myself that it is the first round to not get too ahead of myself. This is what this team was supposed to do in the first round,
Correct.
and they're doing it. And that's a relief because you worry they weren't, and they seem to have flipped the switch. But I'm not going to get a little too ahead of myself.
Let's keep it that way. Jamie, quickly before we get out of here, you believe that something may be happening by Sunday?
Yeah, I think Nick Nurse is going to flee Canada for LA.
I think Sunday.
So you think he's going to be? You think it's going to be a sweep?
Possibly, maybe Monday. He's the coach, but I think he's going to be the Lakers coach. Yeah, I think he's out. It's just a gut feeling.
Why would he be out? Why would he leave?
L.A. bright lights, big city.
Yeah,
warm
L.A.
weather.
can hire whoever they want.
Yeah, but I mean, why is he taking on?
Because he can demand probably the highest salary in the league for a coach,
and
not have to give Canada
James
taxes.
is going to coach.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah,
he's giving California taxes.
Well, I was just going to say California is just as bad as Canada.
Worst. He might as well be singing "Oh Canada."
Yeah, but he won't be living in Santa Monica in a mansion cliffside. We're looking at the beach. I think he's out. I think he's their target. I think he's going to go, okay, I took this Raptors team about as far as I can get. I'll go to the Lakers where
I see nothing attractive about that Lakers job. That's going to be a 2 or 3
They're in a tough rebuild because they don't have a lot of draft picks and their cap is a mess. They got to unload Westbrook. I still think he's gone.
Hey, Kirsten Sable won the gas card.
Hey, what do you say, Kirsten?
So $50 gas card courtesy of H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. Be listening for the sounder. For fast, friendly, and local HVAC service, visit DelcoHVAC.com. And remember to call the contest line, 215-263-0975, when you go for the gas cards. Call the contest line.
Yeah, not this one, the other one.
So put it down on your phone right now, 215-263-0975, just in case you get a little confused with that. All right, plenty coming up in the second hour. It's a post-game show edition of the John Kincade Show. Sixers up 2-0. Now they go north of the border. Maybe I can get somebody to pick me up some 222s when they're up there. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. College Ave student loans, they're helping thousands of college-bound families like ours that are feeling the pressure of decision day. Now, Olivia's already made her decision, but you're comparing financial aid award letters. You're thinking about how you're going to pay for their college choice, so you get them involved with the process. It's a very stressful time. That's why I recommend you go to collegeav.com before you make your college choice. You take the stress out of paying for college with private student loans that fit your family's personal budget and goals. Sit down with your student and do this together. Try out College Av's student loan calculator. You're going to see what a future loan will look like and how much loan will work for you. Plus, you enter to win $1,000 monthly scholarships. CollegeAv.com's got them for you. A better student loan experience. You're going to breathe easier. There's no purchase necessary to enter the college scholarship contest. See official rules for details at CollegeAv.com.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. Getting a roof isn't easy. Not only can the cost be intimidating, it's not a fun home improvement purchase. It's not like a new kitchen or a deck. It's a roof. But if you need one, you need one. So don't bother with contractors who don't call you back. Trust me when I say call New Look Home Design. They've been around for years in multiple markets, not just here in Philadelphia. They offer virtual estimates and same-day in-person estimates. They'll give you line-by-line pricing, so there are no hidden fees. They provide a 3D rendering of what your roof would look like. To top it off, when you buy a new roof, you pay half later, and the other half never. Now through April 30th, save 50% on roofing materials and qualify for interest-free financing. Call them today for your same-day estimate. 800-279-5300. That's 800-279-5300. Online at newlookhomedesign.com. That's NULookHomedesign.com. And tell them Andrew sent you.
Sure, any two slices of bread with something in the middle makes a sandwich. But what makes a Wawa hoagie a hoagie? Is it the roll? Perfectly crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside? The deli meats, premium quality piled high? The fresh, crisp veggies, sauces, aiolis, spices, oil, and vinegar? Or is it getting it made with fresh mozzarella just the way you like?
Yeah, it's all of that.
Now you can add fresh mozzarella to any hoagie. Gotta have a Wawa. Right now, Wawa Rewards members earn twice as fast on hoagies through May 8th.
What day is it?
It's a good day to save when you fuel up at Wawa. Get 15 cents off per gallon when you pay with the Wawa app now through May 8th. Just pull into Wawa, pull up the app, select your pump, and pay. You're ready to start fueling and start saving.
We're going to Wawa right now.
And don't forget your phone, so you can pay with the Wawa app and get 15 cents off per gallon at Wawa, now through May 8th.
You're still talking? Let's go.
Gotta have a Wawa.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. Actually, it feels great. You should try it out. So cut your bill by switching to Straight Talk Wireless. Now offering our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with 5 gigabytes of hotspot and nationwide 5G on America's largest, most dependable networks. The $45 Silver Unlimited plan from Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
A month equals 30 days. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the world is throwing everything it has at you. And to succeed, you need someone to guide you through. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice to help you navigate whatever challenges you're up against and get you safely to where you want to be. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Friends, we all reach tipping points in life. The weight of a low-paying job, unpaid bills, a new family. You can't keep going. That's where My Computer Career can help. In just months, not years, they can help you start a new life as an IT pro, even without prior experience. Impossible? You learn online from home. And My Computer Career offers lifetime career services to help you find jobs with companies begging for IT pros. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Carrie, can you make sure Ada's cleaned up?
Restaurant Week has Sanjay's tables jam-packed.
Somebody please refill the...
He needs more servers to keep these new customers coming back.
Let's keep these tables turning as fast as possible, okay? Gonna need to hustle.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage? Keep your engine at its best with clean oil from Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic. Got an older vehicle? Use Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic High Mileage. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $35.99. Get what you need for better fuel efficiency at any of our 6,000 stores or on AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
In growing companies, there are 2 kinds of CFOs. The one overwhelmed with manual processes, errors, and lack of control of the numbers, and the one who uses NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. With visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting, NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. The CFOs that get it. The CFOs that don't. Head to netsuite.com/KJM for a special one-of-a-kind financing offer. netsuite.com/KJM.
Hey, it's cuz you get ready for that spring cleanup. The garage, the attic. Big move. Let me tell you about the perfect solution. The Bagster. The Bagster, by far the most convenient and affordable way to help with your cleanup. The Bagster, what a product. 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag. Holds 3,300 pounds of waste. Sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, local hardware stores for just $29.99. Buy it, fill it, schedule your collection. Boom, it's gone. Clean it up with the Bagster. Dumpster in a bag.
I recently had a buddy who told me that he wanted to get into sports wagering, and I said, hold that thought. Let me send you the BetMGM Refer a Friend link. It is one of my favorite things about BetMGM because anytime one of my friends is ready to sign up, I just send them the link, and then we both win. Here's how it works. If you have a friend that you know is about to start wagering and wants to sign up, you can earn a $50 bonus when they sign up through BetMGM's Refer a Friend program. All you have to do is sign into your BetMGM account, click the Refer a Friend program link, and you send your friend a message inviting them to register with the king of sportsbooks, BetMGM, in the state that you use BetMGM in. Once your friend signs up and makes a deposit, they'll receive a $50 bonus. And once your friend places a bet with their bonus and the wager is settled, you will receive a $50 bonus as well. Look, you both are winning in this, so there's no reason not to take advantage of it. If you have a friend, send it to all of your contacts. A couple of these pop in, and boom, you end up really cashing in on a lot of these free bonuses. So hop on over to BetMGM and click the Refer a Friend tab and send it to everybody you know. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. New Jersey, Pennsylvania only. All promotions subject to qualification, eligibility requirements. Rewards issued with non-withdrawable free bets or site credit. Free bets expire within 7 days of issuance. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Home of 76ers basketball and Flyers hockey.
Plug in.
97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Are you a foxhole guy for the John Kincade Show? Then prove it. Tap the 97.5 The Fanatic app all morning long, before and after your commute.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The 7 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show brought to you by that all-new Bet Parks app. It's a sports book and casino in a sleek, easy-to-use app in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Take care of business with that new Bet Parks app, which last night we were tracking all the bets. And as all of them were hitting, what did we need? What did we need? And I needed at one point, I had 2 bets hanging on Tyrese Maxey. He was 1 point below. I needed him to have 19 points. He's sitting at 18. And I had bet that he would get 3 3-pointers, and he had 2. And then Tyrese hits that classic 3.
Yeah, when they were up 11.
And wins both bets.
That's awesome.
Nice. That was good. So, Tyrese, thank you very much this morning.
Yeah, DraftKings is doing $10 free same-game parlays for like 2 weeks. So I put in a 8-part same-game parlay last night, plus 8,000. I came up like a point and a half, or an assist.
Why wouldn't you go 5? Are you just?
Oh, I'm greedy.
You're just throwing up.
Yeah.
You want to have the moment where you can
when
post
it's free from the house.
You can post it.
I'm going big.
That's what they're counting on you.
Yeah, of course. But then when I hit,
oh, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
See, I do the opposite. I take all the stuff that should hit, and I somehow lose on one leg.
So you take how many though?
I think I had Sixers to win. Sixers over 106 points.
Okay.
And then like Joel Embiid points, assists, rebounds over 30. Okay. Like everything that should happen.
Should have happened.
And then James Harden
screwed
being
you.
off kind of screwed me.
It's so weird. When I'm going to a game, I find myself not putting anything on bets because I feel like I'm still a reporter and I'm not supposed to do that. I was driving to the game last night and I'm thinking, I didn't put anything down on this game again because I'm going to the game. I get in that state of mind where I'm not supposed to bet.
I took them, and in hindsight, should have gone much bigger.
I went over yesterday and brought the girls to the airport, and then was getting done some show prep, and then when I was at Live over in the parking lot, since I had to go to the Sixers game, I'm like, okay, I'll just go down and play some
cards.
Nice
place, isn't it?
It's really beautiful. Played some cards, and got third base. So I'm sitting at third base. And there's this gentleman next to me and then a gentleman next to him. And the guy the dealer is showing a 6. Now, Jamie, the dealer is showing a 6. You have a 6. You have 16. You got 16. The dealer is showing a 6. What do you do?
Probably. I have 16.
What do you mean probably?
I don't play a lot of blackjack. I would probably sit.
You sit.
You
absolutely sit.
Yeah. I don't play. Blackjack's not my game.
This jabroni hits on 16 with the dealer showing a 6. Then the next time around, he has a 16 again. He hits on 16 with the dealer showing a 5. The gentleman next to him says, stop hitting that. Literally trying to do him a favor.
Yeah.
And so it's coming up where the shoes got to get shuffled. And the guy looks at me and goes, can you believe that guy? And I said,
he's trying to help you, buddy.
I said, he's trying to do you a favor. And he goes, well, I'm going to play the way I want.
Well, then have fun losing
and
money.
I'm like, oh, my gosh.
I do.
Seriously.
I do kind of respect that guy a little bit.
Why?
Because he's playing the way it's his money. He can play the way he wants. If it's affecting you, then get up and move the table.
No, that's the thing.
This is why I don't like
Attaboy,
blackjack.
Pat.
That's
Exactly.
terrible. With blackjack's terrible. When you get somebody being a moron at the table, it ruins it for the table.
I understand everything you're saying, but in that sense,
Both sides are right.
Yeah,
I can be a jerk. I'm allowed to be a jerk. I'm allowed to be a dumb jerk, so I can. So everybody else leave. So everybody else leave.
Are you going to pay him if he loses?
I'm just saying is that everybody. The idea is that
I'm with you, Pat.
I'm allowed to be a dumb jerk. That's that me. Someone's trying. More importantly, someone's trying to help him.
This is America. There's a lot of dumb jerks that don't want to be helped. But my point is, if let's say, hypothetically speaking, let's say he doesn't hit and the next card is a 5 and he would have had 21 and he loses, is everybody at the table going to chip in and give him his money because he didn't hit? No. So let him play the way he
Listen to
wants.
you.
Well, that's great.
Speaking truths, Pat Egan.
Stay away from tables with Pat Egan at them. If that's how
Good.
if that's your
I don't want you
mentality,
playing with me.
Oh my gosh.
Get out of here.
It's going to be the Sixers going to Toronto, and the game 2, absolutely last night was another one. They have the to win in 2 blowouts, game 1 and game 2, really, really should have everybody feeling really strong about their chances moving forward. But my thought process would be this: until I see a split in Toronto, I won't feel good because the ghosts of playoffs past will be sitting with me. Yeah, I need a split, and I'd really love to see 3-0, but I need to see a split.
I hear you on that. You don't want Toronto to get some life here at all. If they win Game 3, they're going to get it, and then ghosts of playoff past probably starts creeping into all of our heads, right? But
sure.
I just don't see it. I was scared of this series going in, and watching the first 2 games, I just don't see it. It's just big boy basketball against somebody trying to hang around. And unless something drastically changes, does Tobias go missing? Does Tyrese Maxey all of a sudden not be Tyrese Maxey? Does Joel Embiid go missing? Unless those things happen, I just really can't see Toronto taking 2 in a row.
Yeah, I just don't see what their answer is, what their counter is to the Sixers offense. You're going to need an offense that's probably going to score 115 plus to beat the Sixers on a regular basis, and I don't think Toronto has it. Scotty Barnes are not, Gary Trent's a nice player too, but are they really going to make up?
He didn't have it last night, though.
Yeah, he got pulled in the second half. But again, even if he's playing, I don't think it's enough. I mean, the Sixers are just trotting out firepower right now.
I would the game 3. I think the game 3 is critical to changing the narrative because it'll be
It's time to squash somebody.
Yeah,
it is,
and show that you have the focus to not have the letdown when you get to camp.
And I saw stuff from James Harden last night. His stat line and his box score might not jump out at you, but he was the coach on the floor. There was a couple times where things got hype around him, and there was a couple times on an inbound where he huddled everybody together, and he was like, yo, we got this.
Yeah.
And he took control of that team last night. They haven't had that in playoffs past. Jimmy Butler maybe to a degree, but James Harden was a leader last night.
Stabilizer.
It didn't translate to the stat line, but he was in control. He was organizing, rallying, and focusing everybody. It was cool to watch.
There's like a business-like attitude with this team since the playoffs started. And I said it the other day when they went out to start the game. The way Harden, he played it up with Maxey, fun, and then he turned to Embiid and Tobias Harris, and it was serious. It was, don't forget, you have to do this, don't forget this. Last night there was one point where he went up and he patted Embiid on the chest, more like let's go, what are you doing?
That was after the, I know exactly what you're talking about. Was it OG? Or no, was it Precious he got into it with? It was
Yeah.
And Harden, brought Embiid back, all right, don't get involved in that crap. We got business to attend to.
And it was smart because, if I'm not mistaken, Embiid already had the one technical.
Yeah.
And I brought it up with the guys I was watching it with. I said, Toronto's going to be smart here. They're going to try to coax him into something else. And you're exactly right.
He was coach on the floor.
That's when Harden stepped in.
There was a time in the second half where Maxey was getting into a little bit of a jawing after Harden got fouled. And Harden's heading to the foul line, and he literally walks over to Maxey and pulls him over to, come with me.
Yeah.
Get away from that.
Yeah,
Stand
and there
over
was a couple times
get
last
over
night
here,
where I
get
went,
over here and don't do that.
This is a time for a timeout. But I think Doc views James as him on the court.
Doc has had a marvelous start to this.
He has. He's been really good.
Yeah, unfortunately for James, he ran into buzzsaw teams and out west, and he probably should have already had an NBA championship. But I feel like with this team, he looks at it like, I do have a legitimate chance. Now, I don't know with the depth if they actually do, but I think that's why you see such a business-like approach, and that's why you see such a leader on the court, is because he knows that his time in the NBA is probably on borrowed time at this point. He's probably got a couple good years left, and he needs to make them count, and this is one of them.
Well, I'm not going to I'll preview something that I'll save till the next round, but just to say, first round James Harden is not second round James Harden in those other playoffs. His first rounds and second rounds look mighty different. So I'm hoping that this will be a different year, and he's got a good, talented crew around him. Hey, let's get after it, America. It's Truck Month at your local Ford store. The inventory is arriving daily. Hurry in or build to order today. Get after it during Ford Truck Month at your local Ford store. Be sure to be listening for the sounder. When you hear it, you call 215-263-0975. All this week, we're saying thanks for listening to the John Kincade Show, giving away a $50 gift card for gas every single hour of the show, all made possible by our friends at H&H Heating and Air Conditioning, fast, friendly, and local HVAC service. Visit delcohvac.com. So be listening. Everybody could use the gas. Last night, getting out of the stadium, everybody was getting just poured on. It was incredible. It was
horrible.
A deluge, I guess would be the word. It was, and the drive on 95 and the drive on 322, on dark 322, which doesn't have a light on it, was treacherous last night. And there were still people doing 85, 80 miles an hour. And I'm saying it was craziness. I saw one guy, he's trying to change lanes, and he must have been going really fast, and you saw his car literally slide, but it slid sideways.
Hydroplane.
Well, yeah, but it's like he didn't go wildly, but the car literally slid so much, and you could see by him hitting the brake. I'm like, oh, geez, this is going to be a bad ride. So It was great. People were getting just plunged on getting out of there last night, though.
It was windy.
It was
I got soaked going to the car.
It was crazy.
I did have an umbrella, which I never, ever, ever do.
You carried an umbrella? I don't see you as an umbrella
I
guy.
never carried one.
But when I got to the arena yesterday afternoon, it was pouring. So I did have one in the trunk, so I whipped it out. And then last night when I tried I whipped it out.
What?
Jeez, Bob, there's people around.
And then when I went to the car last night, it got totally turned inside out and all that stuff. And I was just like, oh, this sucks.
All right. I do want to bring up one story to you because, again, I did see this through NFL Live, talked about it. The biggest bridesmaid of NFL free agency was the Philadelphia Eagles.
Woo!
They were the team that most sort of got left at the altar or got played with. And one of the things that it appears is, and we'll ask Adam Schefter about it tomorrow, it appears the Eagles were leveraged by a lot of people. They had a lot of interest in a lot of sexy names and everything, and these players just use the Eagles, which is a strange thing.
Well,
we're not used to this.
There's three ways to look at it. The players use the Eagles for leverage. Howie's lying for the sake of public face to say we were in on that and we almost got it, we wanted them, or players just didn't want to be here.
No, they made offers.
Allegedly.
No, I mean the camps. There's no reason to think that the players didn't make an offer on these players. They
just came up short on everyone.
They're saying they lost out on this guy, lost out on.
But how do we know they made a offer on who was the one wide receiver? Allen Robinson. They went after. How do we know that?
From Allen Robinson's camp.
Did he say that?
That their camp, that the Eagles were in the mix? Yes, they did. In fact, they talked to the Eagles. They talked to the Eagles.
But who said it? His agent?
Yeah, talk to the camp of who they talked to.
Okay. I mean, there's a possibility.
It's like
yes, I do think there's a possibility the Eagles lie about who they go after and have interest in so that they can save face publicly.
But don't you think that Schefter and Morton them go and do the research and see, the Eagles did make a run?
They don't get involved with every single rumor that's out there.
Well, it was the whole feature was the Eagles were the biggest bridesmaid of free agency. They kept getting that guys were.
I think Howie also manipulates the public sometimes. Both can be true. Yeah, 100%.
So you don't believe any of the they didn't really make offers. They just made it look like
they made some offers. I think some they might fudge and say, "Oh yeah, we were in on that guy, but we came up short." Who was the safety that signed in Baltimore?
They wanted Williams.
Yeah,
they wanted him.
They probably did. That one I think is legit. Some other, I don't think every single one was legit.
The wide receiver went to Jacksonville. They absolutely
Christian Kirk
were in on him.
Well, yeah, and then they saw his price tag and laughed.
I think there's probably a little bit of truth in what Jamie's saying. A little bit. With this fan base, you're never going to be able to do a rebuild. You're never going to be able to just like punt.
Sure.
And so with that situation and the fact that they over exceeded expectations last year, made the playoffs, which no one expected, and the expectation there is to do it again. But does the organization believe that? We've heard that they're kind of throwing their hands up about Jalen Hurts. So they might not believe that they're a playoff team, and because of that, they might not want to give big money to their free agents, but they might want the public perception to be that they are trying.
You follow that, Bobby.
And Howie Roseman's done a good job. Look, Adam Schefter comes on here almost weekly and says, well, the Eagles are going to be in on everybody. They make phone calls about everybody. So Howie Roseman's gotten Adam Schefter to believe it and has told him time and time again when Schefter calls him, hey, Allen Robinson was out there. We made calls. We were in. So, yeah, I agree with Jamie. I think there's half truths to everything and full truths to half things.
I think part of it is if you're a wide receiver and you're looking at Jalen Hurts and you're maybe doing a 1 or 2 year deal, you're looking at, all right, is that guy going to pad my stats enough that I can make more money down the line? I think part of it is the Eagles are going to be in on everyone, so we can use that to our advantage. And then I think, they just maybe aren't that desirable a spot right now. So I think there's a little bit of truth in all those pools.
Hey, PJs. We'll be in PJs in Westchester coming up on Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. Come on out and meet us there. And Pat will Pat? How are you going to entertain the folks?
How am I going to entertain them?
You're going to ask them for their Venmo.
Yeah.
Little dance.
And I'm going to get paid this time.
Little song and dance, something like that.
I'm not Venmoing people. People are Venmoing me.
There you go. Pat will Venmo you.
Put a quarter in the jar.
So you can find that on Thursday. The PJs in Westchester, 5 to 7 p.m., Wilmington Pike in Westchester. We look forward to seeing you there. So going up to Canada, they will not be going with Matisse Thybulle, who I thought, Bob, also had a bad game last night.
Yeah, he had one play where I watched it, and I was out loud saying, what the hell is he doing? Then they showed it on replay. It was a dribble drive. I forget who the player was. It may have been Van Vliet, but maybe not. And he was in good position. And then all of a sudden, he just decided to ride his hip instead of staying in front of him. He rode his hip and got called for a foul, and the guy got the shot off. And it was like, what the hell are you doing? There was more than one time last night. There's probably 3 that I just didn't like what he did at all.
Who did the game on TNT?
It was your boy Gus.
It was Gus?
I didn't.
Gus was doing this, I bet, in the first quarter.
I saw people praising him.
It's 11-2.
I stayed
Look
local.
At these Raptors. Oh, my gosh.
I stayed local. And Chunas got another shout-out from Kate after the game.
See, gets the shoot.
Jeez, kid's becoming a star.
The question I had for it is because at one point they said, and a couple of people sent it to me. One sent it to me last night, one sent it this morning, that Matisse Thybulle did not look engaged. They said on the TNT program. He doesn't look fully engaged, and they were questioning, I guess, whether it was because he's not starting.
Could be. And
that he's not.
We've put a lot of the onus on how does Doc Rivers handle this? You're not going to have the guy for game 3 and 4. And I think Doc has handled it well. But to Matisse, he's like, wow, I'm half-assing this series probably, and I'm not defending him at all. He's probably like, I'm not going to be there for games 3 and 4. How much am I engaged in this? You would hope that he'd be balls to the wall. All right, the games that I'm here. But he was bad last night.
He was bad.
Bad. Defensively, I started this rant, I don't know, a month ago about his defense, where although we all know he's a really good defender, he wasn't doing the fundamentally good defensive things lately. And I think he's really fallen off. And that's not good should they go to the next round and whatever Doc Rivers decides to do with him.
You can't move Danny now.
Well, that's the thing is that I would ask the question what do you do?
I think it's this simple. If this team has any chance to win, it's with their offense. Therefore, Danny Green is the better offensive option with the starting five. Matisse, you do your thing on the second unit and help out where you can, but I'm gonna ride my offense. And Danny provides more spacing and a better chance of being an elite offense.
Yeah, now he's dunking on people too, which is a good thing.
He's a dunker.
That was his second dunk of the year, by the way.
Danny, to me, is like pretty early on if he's got it that night or not.
And last night he had it, and he had it. He made the first three, right?
He
made his first three.
His first one. I'm sorry, go ahead, Pat.
Well, I was gonna say if he doesn't have it, then sub Matisse in for defensive purposes. But if he does, just ride the hot hand.
It was impressive.
His first three, we were right above where the Sixers were going offensively, and it came down. He was 2 passes away, and we kind of said it out loud, the guys that I was with. There he is. There he is. There he is. He was wide open, caught it, and boom, a 3. It's exactly what you need from Danny Green. Stand in the corner, be open, catch and shoot.
Bunch of Rockabaldos were all screaming.
I was with a bunch of Rockabaldos. That is correct.
And a suite.
Yeah, one of Rock's brothers has a suite there. So,
wow,
yeah, it was nice.
That is some.
It was sweet.
That's some high cotton.
Yeah,
so. And Jamie, you got good folks out there from your auto dealership,
North Bend Mazda. It's the right experience, the right choice. A lot of people are saying it.
They seem like good dudes.
They won't shut
far
up
and wide.
about
They're saying
everybody's saying it. It's crazy.
Which was very, very nice.
And they have inventory. It's kind of great.
Tri-Tech Waterproofing brought the big boss. And then they brought Shifty. And Shifty was the show. I mean, Shifty had great stories.
I'd like to hang out with a Shifty. That sounds fun.
Well, it is. And him and Bob at one point were trading some basketball stories. He said he was a shooter on his high school team.
I think he said he went to Norristown. And,
yes, he went to
kind of
Norristown.
laughed where I played, and I was like, seriously? You guys were soft before soft was invented.
Norristown?
No, he was saying
I wouldn't mess with Norristown.
Yeah, he wouldn't mess with Norristown.
I said to him, I think we played against each other in a league, and he gave me stitches in my head. So, yeah.
Hey, join Jamie Lynch and Pat Egan tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
Dumb and Dumber.
97.5 The Fanatic's official playoff watch party at Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. You guys are going to have a great time, right?
Yeah, we are. Last year, I was down there. We do some giveaways at the end of each quarter, halftime, end of game. You can play basketball and, tons of prizes, beautiful screens. It's a good time.
First 50 people to come by and say hello to you, too, are going to get a Play the Song t-shirt.
Nice.
Which is a great item.
You can see that screen from, I-95.
It's awesome, eh?
Yeah, it's massive. It's huge.
Great setup there. So that'll be great. So watch Game 3 with the boys tomorrow night, which will be fantastic.
It's going to be a good time, yeah.
It really will be.
And it's going to be a bloodbath.
Is this the end of winter, by the way? Is this because we said it before around 2 weeks ago?
I think the end of this week is.
So you think this is this storm coming through?
I think so.
So this is the end.
Yeah, I don't make proclamations all that much, but yeah, this is it. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it before. This is it.
Okay, so this is it. Winter's over. Bob says no more.
Yeah, good thing you put the fertilizer on the lawn last week because you got some good rain. They let it go.
Heavy rain.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
it's all good.
This is all good. So your winter is officially over, Bob has said in the Channel 6 Weather Center.
Yeah, come Monday, you're good to go. Short start May 1st.
So Bob puts the shorts. Jamie will wear them anyway.
I wore shorts out to dinner on Saturday night.
Yeah, I've worn shorts, but I'm just saying every day after May 1st, I wear shorts. Every day.
There is a chance for redemption, and there's a collision course for it, but we need cooperation. We'll get to that next. Plus, be listening for the Sounder to win that $50 gift card for gas. Thanks for listening to the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. With your storms last night, were you feeling it? Was your house drafty last night? When the wind's whipping through, do you feel it in your living room, in your bedroom? Are you feeling cold and damp? And during the summertime, are you going to be sweating your butt off like you did last year? Window Nation wants to fix that. Window Nation's got their spring sale going on, which is amazing. You get 2 windows free for every 2 that you buy. Plus, you pay nothing for 2 full years. No money down, no payments, and no interest until 2024 after Easter. How about that deal? Plus, you're going to increase the curb appeal of your home. You're going to cut down on your cooling bills this summer and your heating bills the next 2 winters before you pay a dime. And they're the experts with over 1 million windows installed, an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. You know they can be trusted. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Pay nothing for 2 full years. They have every size, every style, every color you need. Go to windownation.com and do your window shopping. Then call them at 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Join Jamie Lynch and Pat Egan Wednesday at 7 for 97.5 The Fanatic's official playoff watch party at Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. Watch the game on the 56-foot video wall. Enjoy Miller Lite specials at 76-cent wings. Win great prizes including Sixers jerseys. Plus, the first 50 people get a Play the Song t-shirt.
Hey, it's cause, listen, I know you're panicked. You're looking around, and all of a sudden, it's April. But you could still be slimmer before the kids get out of school. It only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, and blood work. It's about the science with NJ Diet. NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet and workout regimen to help you keep the weight off. You don't want to do it alone. NJ Diet knows that. They're with you every step of the way. You'll be fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat, not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet is all natural. No shots, no hormones, no dreaded prepackaged foods. Ew. No surgery. Locations: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill. From home. Live online video consultations from your couch. Call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET, or go to njdiet.com. Lose the weight for good. That's njdiet.com.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo. The playoffs are here, and you can make every game feel like Game 7 on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge, an official partner of the NBA. Throughout the playoffs, all customers can place a no-sweat same-game parlay each week. You'll get up to $20 in free bets if you don't win. FanDuel has so many ways to play. And best of all, when you do win, you get paid faster than a fast break. New to FanDuel? Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code SCORDO. That's my last name. That's promo code SCORDO. If you already have an account, you're all set to bet. No sweat. Either way, you'll get up to $20 in free bets if your same-game parlay during the playoffs doesn't win. FanDuel Sportsbook, an official partner of the NBA.
21 plus and present in PA. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max free bet $20 per week. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. Dashboard light problems? We can help. Our free Fix Finder service can read your check engine light, ABS light, and service indicator light, and give you possible solutions, verified by licensed technicians. You'll even get detailed results sent straight to your email so you have them when you need it most. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service, only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
More details at AutoZone.com.
New message.
Hey, girlfriend, it's Carol from Jury Duty. We never actually spoke, but I saw you ordered the same hoagie as me at lunch. What are the chances? Anywho, I heard you just got a boat. We should totally grab some hoagies and take it out for a spin.
When you get a boat, you also get new friends. Make sure Progressive's one of them and get coverage today for as little as $100 a year.
Do I want to feel the wind in my hair? Guilty as charged. Oh, seriously, let's ride on your boat.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy not available in all states.
I'm Pablo Torre, host of ESPN Daily, where every morning we present the best sports story of the day. And ESPN Daily is presented by Supercuts. Supercuts is the perfect way to get a haircut if you're someone who doesn't have time for a haircut. You just check in on the Supercuts app or you walk in for a quality cut. The highly trained stylist at Supercuts can always give you that fresh cut feeling fast. And it's not just any haircut, it's Supercuts. Check in now on the Supercuts app or on supercuts.com.
My mom's the bomb. Her hugs are so good, there's a wait list. Her laughter is the life of the party. Her smile makes everyone smile. Everything worth knowing, I learned from her. That's why this Mother's Day, I'm heading to Hellsberg Diamonds. They have beautiful diamond pendants, gemstone rings, and more. Hellsberg makes it easy to find a gift she'll love, one that hopefully she'll pass down to me one day, along with her secret to perfect hugs. Save big on mom-worthy gifts at a Hellsberg store near you or at hellsberg.com. Hurry, Mother's Day is Sunday, May 8th.
It's John Kincade for College Ave Student Loans. Hey, for every college-bound family, this May 1st could be filled with anxiety. I know why, because it's decision day. Which college is your son or daughter going to choose? So take my advice, relieve some of the stress, and visit College Ave Student Loans. Try their easy-to-use student loan calculator, do it with your student, and see what a future loan's going to look like and how you can make it work for you and your budget. Do it now before you decide. collegeave.com, a better student loan experience. Trust me, you're going to breathe easier. Visit collegeave.com.
Insperity, providing HR support for 30-plus years, including access to better benefits and HR technology. Insperity's mission is to help businesses succeed so communities prosper. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Don't miss the action. Don't miss the rivalry. The Phils host the Mets for a 4-game series at Citizens Bank Park Thursday, May 5th through Sunday, May 8th. Join the fun and order tickets today at Phillies.com.
I was really annoyed at that rain last night. You know why? Because it prevents me probably from cutting the grass this morning because I'm loving yard work these days because of my guys over at Lawn and Golf Supply Company in Phoenixville. They hooked me up with a new Club Cadet XT1 riding mower, and the warmer weather is here. It's springtime. Hopefully you got your fertilizer down, and you're ready to go to work to make your yard the best on the block. No matter what I need, I really got my eyes on one of those backpack blowers just because they look like a lot of fun. Lawn and Golf's going to have it. Lawn and Golf Supply in Phoenixville are the experts when it comes to all of your outdoor power equipment needs. The best part, with my new dealer-exclusive equipment, I can knock out the yard work in no time and take back my weekends. Plus, I don't have to worry about my equipment breaking down because I don't have to trust myself. I put it in their hands. I call Lawn and Golf Supply Company. They arrange to pick it up, bring it back to their service shop, and deliver it back to me or you, ready to go. And it's not too late to beat the rush. If you have any brand of mower or outdoor power equipment that you need to get serviced, get into Lawn and Golf today. Fanatic listeners will get 10% off service when you mention my name. 10% off service. Just tell them that you heard about it here on The Fanatic. So check them out at lawn-golf.com. Lawn and Golf Supply Company. Everything turf.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Whether you were a day one listener or have just joined the party, we're glad to have you here. It's the John Kincade Show. It's continuing now
on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Remember your chance to win some free gas. Coming up, $50 gift card for gas will be given away. Thanks to H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. Thanks for listening to the John Kincade Show. So we've got $50 for you every single hour. Just be listening for the sounder. Should you have some problems this morning with your building's water and wastewater pump system, you might want to visit pumpmanphilly.com. Pump! Wow. Pat is on it today. Pumpman Philly, the guys to know to fix your flow. He is on it today.
I'm thoroughly impressed with Pat Egan today.
Fix it, man. Your flow needs fixing. Call the pump man.
I feel like he's the Joel Embiid, and we should just sit back and admire his talent today.
No, I'm the Kevin Herter.
Yeah? Okay.
You really?
Go off for like a game and then back over to my 10 points.
And what a perfect segue, Pat. That was beautiful that you did that. Obviously, Pat read the show sheet this morning because there it is. We need some cooperation. There would be nothing better than a little redemption for the Sixers franchise. And also a potential, and I know Bob will cringe, a potential easier path in the next round. Because I do believe, and I said it before, because the gentleman says, I haven't heard you make your bold prediction that you said before the series. Oh, I'll say it right here. Series is over. Sixers have won the series. I believed if they won the first two games that there was zero chance Toronto was winning the series. And I'll stick to that. Zero chance that they will win the series. So, yes, I believe that. So I'm already looking ahead, and I'm going to watch Miami take on Atlanta with great interest because I love the redemption story. I love the opportunity to right a wrong, to fix something that was broken last year. And the Sixers franchise got broken by the stinking Atlanta Hawks a bunch of vagabonds that have absolutely no. I mean, what were they like 20th in attendance? So, and now everybody goes out and gets their Hawks shirts back on and hats and picks up their Hawks mania because they've been having too many parades down there. I want the Sixers to have the opportunity to right that wrong. I would absolutely love to see the Hawks beat the Heat. Now, Sunday was not too promising, but it was those having to do the play-in tournament, the Fugazi NIT of the NBA. The Hawks may have been tired on Sunday. They should be a little more focused tonight.
Well,
Trae Young was terrible.
Honorless Trae Young showed up with a styrofoam cooler and some slushy cups that said Ice Trae, and then went out and put up 8 points?
He missed every three-pointer, right?
That's a shame. You really hate to see that.
You hate to see that.
Yeah.
It would be terrible. It would be terrible if you saw that again. But tell me, Jamie.
I was really pulling for him.
You'd love to see them.
Oh, I would, because we'd blow the doors off of them. There's no more Ben Simmons. Guess what? We got a point guard that'll shoot.
Pat,
I'd love to see
look,
it.
and it'd be a good redemption for you after last year.
We're still sticking to this story. You know, you're like, if you say it enough times, maybe it'll be true one day, and it's not.
It wasn't. That was me. That was all me.
It would be great. I think that I have a better chance of waking up tomorrow at 5'9".
You really do believe the Heat are that prohibitive a favorite?
I've been on the Heat for a while now. I think they're really good. I think the draw of Miami, of the distractions, is legit. I'd worry about the Sixers going down there. Now, I do think that's an easier path than the other seed, the other bracket, but right. I do worry about it, yeah, and I do think that team's really good.
The Houston beat writers used to track James Harden coming in at like 5:30 in the morning.
It's awesome.
Stuff like that from down in Miami.
He plays his best with stripper glitter on. I mean, it's just a known fact in the NBA.
Well,
I don't want to take that from him.
Well, the Miami flu, Bob, though, is a real thing around the NBA. People do talk about it.
Yeah.
That teams go to Miami and they come out.
I think I've heard it's good for 2 points on the line.
They come out flat.
I mean, I would hope playoff time, that's a different story.
I would hope so, too.
You would think so. But, I'm with Pat on this. The Atlanta Hawks have absolutely no shot at winning this series.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. And if you say to Eric Spoelstra, there's one guy on the other team that you need to curtail and therefore you'll win this series in 4. Oh, who's that? That little guy, Trae Young, the balding guy who plays with no honor. He'll do that,
right, Bob.
And he did it to the tune of 1 for 12 the other day. Yeah, Atlanta has absolutely no shot against Miami in this series.
The balding guy who plays with no honor.
You know who I'm talking about.
I mean, that's how everyone describes him, right?
By
Exactly.
the way, would you like a tasty nugget for you? And I sent it your way last night. That favorites in the NBA playoffs are 15-1.
Against the spread?
15-1.
Wow.
That has never happened, by the way. That percentage has never happened through greater than 12 games. It's the greatest percentage for greater than 12 games. Tonight, Heat, 7-point favorites. Tonight, I love the Grizzlies tonight. To lay
What's
one
that
on
spread?
the Timberwolves. That's 7. Grizzlies and Timberwolves. That's 7. And then the Suns are 9.5-point favorites over the Pelicans. 15-1 is a solid number. But I've got to tell you, we thought the NBA was sort of top heavy. But 15-1 is a ridiculous number for favorites there. I love the Grizzlies tonight. After losing game 1 at home, and I know that that's something that probably is a bad strategy, that you just say, well, they have to be better tonight. But Minnesota just worked them on Saturday.
Yeah, that was surprising.
130 points was really surprising.
Yeah, I thought Memphis is this, and they still could be. They're just a team that's having fun with it, that kind of understands who they are, having a rising superstar. I was surprised, although maybe you shouldn't be. A young team like that coming out in their first playoff game really, pooping the bed isn't uncommon. But I was surprised that they gave up the 130 and lost the way they did.
That was absolutely a blowout. Anthony Edwards was.
He's cool as hell. I saw an interview with him yesterday, and he named his puppy Anthony Edwards Jr. I love that kid. He's fun to root for.
He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
He's a great kid. He's
fun. He's just good for the league. You can tell he's kind of infectious.
He's charming. He's a charming kid. All right, in the linchpin, you're talking about the Sixers offense in focus.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, I don't have any advanced analytics stats or offensive net rating or anything like that to back up my case right now, and I don't care because what my eyeballs are seeing are telling me enough that this offense is going to be an absolute bear for any team to go up against. Tobias and Tyrese are the main reasons why I got a new confidence to me. I always thought it was going to be better come playoff time just because I thought Joel Embiid and James Harden would show up. Stars show up in the playoffs. Tobias and Tyrese change everything. Now, I don't want to count my chickens before they all hatch here with Tobias because he's still under my watchful eye, but he's been great through 2 games. Great. And Tyrese is showing something special. I mean, this is something we're not used to in Philadelphia, where somebody takes this big of an ascension this early on and doesn't show any signs of slowing down. This offense is a problem, and teams are going to have a nightmare guarding them. Like, even if you count the series over, Eric Spoelstra right now, I guarantee you he's got some people scouting the Sixers and working on their defensive strategy right now because this is a bear. And if James Harden gets going offensively more so than he's been, pick your poison. I don't know how you accurately defend this offense.
I know what poison they'll pick, Bob. They'll say, let James Harden try to shoot and beat us because he hasn't been doing it. That would be my guess.
He hasn't shot well, but you also can't give him space enough to let him start a dribble drive. You know, if you back off of him, first of all, I'm not trusting that on still a very good three-point shooter. But if I back off of him at 23 feet, I'm also giving him 2 steps to get a head full of speed. And that's not good with a crafty left-hander that's going to find whatever he wants to find. Look, Toronto, I don't know if you noticed this last night, John. The defense, when you're sitting up and looking, Toronto's defense was... I was saying to the guys, I haven't seen that since I was like 7 years old, where you're trying to say, whoa, where are you going? Get over here. Whoa, guys, stop. Get over here. They were all over the place, and it was by design. But they still couldn't find an answer for this Sixers team in what Jamie's saying. Like, I don't know how you stop this Sixers team right now. I really don't.
I wonder if Nick Nurse is making it too complicated.
Maybe. I don't think Easy's going to do it either. You know what I mean?
But you know how when someone's struggling with something, you say, get back to the basics? You get back to the basics. Get back down to the basics.
Yes.
So you're saying that looked really rudimentary last night, but maybe they're not understanding how to defend them in something more complex.
Well, they don't have anybody to keep up with Maxey.
Yeah, so if you go man-to-man, you're totally screwed.
Yeah, James Harden still at his age is going to take anybody he wants off the dribble. I mean, look at his dribbling between the legs and the way he gets guys to bite. He toys with defenders. He literally is like, what is it, a mignette?
A mignette? A marionette?
Marionette. Yeah, there we go. Mignettes for oyster dip.
What?
I don't know. Let him go. He's on a roll.
How would we know what oyster dip is?
Yeah, the mignette that they give you. It's like vinegar and...
Really?
Yeah, the mignette. Mignette. Come on, guys. Anyway.
Mignon?
Not a filet. Yeah, good luck going man-to-man. I mean, even Bam is one of the best options to guard Embiid in the league. He's not going to be able to guard him one-on-one, and they're probably going to go to a zone. And guess what? We don't have Ben Simmons anymore. We can get out of a zone.
I'm excited to see what they do, but I believe they're going to say, let's let James Harden try to score and beat us.
Good luck.
Yeah,
I believe that's the only thing they can do. I'm going to need to see it from James too, though. I'm going to need to see a 27-point night from James to know that would.
I don't need points from him. He's playing a great point guard right now. He is the point guard of the team and probably the secondary scoring option. But I'll concede some points if he's orchestrating the offense the way he is.
I didn't think last night he was playing poorly.
No.
I was surprised when I saw the stat sheet, but usually when a guy is playing poorly, it's very noticeable. You guys talked about Matisse Thybulle. Yesterday, I felt like he was doing the job of a point guard.
Okay.
Facilitating.
I had absolutely no problem with what he did last night.
No,
his stat line's not impressive. It's a quiet box score.
I didn't say you did say it.
No, but I'm saying is that I don't see anybody saying that.
No, I'm simply saying like the stats aren't equating. Normally, when you see that stat line from James Harden, you might think he had an off night, but he's being very efficient on the court.
Tonight, Pat works. Flyers and the Leafs.
I can't believe the season's still going on.
Is this the longest Flyer season ever?
Yeah, it has to be. Are they playing 112 games?
I mean,
they're all 82.
No, but this
feels like more.
It feels like they're asking them to play 105.
It's an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? The season just never ends.
How many games left, Pat?
There's like 6.
How's Bobby Brink?
He looks good.
All right.
He looks legit.
Yeah, he does look legit.
The rest of the team.
Yeah. Well, there's room to move. All right, let's get down to business. We always enjoy. I used to love picking up a crisp, clean, fresh, when it was 50 cents, the Philadelphia Daily News. And I loved it when there'd be a Cooney's column.
Now it's $2.95.
Let's turn the page and find out what's in Cooney's column.
Sometimes it takes extremes for a player or team to show their true character. We've heard it many times from listeners that the regular season doesn't mean anything when trying to figure out the makeup of a player or a team. Now, it's only been 2 games against a team that is obviously not on the same playing level when it comes to talent. But this 76ers team seems to have found its identity, something they searched for but couldn't seem to grasp during the 20-plus games after James Harden's arrival. They are, quite simply, a beast. Plain and simple. Yes, they have played great finesse basketball during this short playoff burst, shooting better than 50% from the floor and close to 50% from beyond the arc. But it's the physical nature in which this Sixers team have imposed their will against an inferior Toronto team that seems to have resonated most with this team. In Joel Embiid, you have perhaps the most physically imposing player in the league. But that wasn't clearly apparent to many of us who have watched him up close for his seasons in the league. Perhaps him and his teammates knew it, but didn't feel it or see it on a nightly basis either. But it has become blatantly obvious in the 96 minutes of playoff basketball where this team is at its best. It was a phrase coined by this organization more than a year ago, but not proven to be true in that time frame. Bully ball is now here. Philadelphia, maybe a little later than anyone thought, but it is without a doubt here. It is true and is probably the best character trait for this group to have. How far that will carry him in this postseason? We shall see. But it's the first time in the past 5 years that I have felt a true identity attached to a Sixers playoff team. That identity, bully ball.
I like that.
I mean, it really became apparent to me last night watching the game. I'm just watching them beat up Toronto. Now, look, Toronto's a smaller team, athleticism, length, and stuff like that. That's all fine. But this Sixers team, bully ball ran in my head, and it was coined a couple years ago. That's what they were going to play. It took a couple years, and some of the names have changed. But, man, this team is really physically imposing. I saw Tobias Harris last night off a dribble just throw an elbow to back off a defender, and it was Pascal Siakam to hit try a short jumper. That's physical basketball. They're a good physical team right now.
Do you believe that they will run into some officiating crews that will resist that style of play and penalize them for it?
No, it's who they are. And they can draw fouls, and they will draw fouls. And, my favorite phrase by one of the referees I was talking to a few weeks ago was, I don't count them, I call them. When getting argued with by opposing coach going against the 76ers. We've committed 10 fouls. They've only committed 2. And he looked at the coach and said, I don't count them, I call them.
Yeah,
the Sixers get fouled all the time because they're that physical, can't stop type of team. Talking about Jamie's offensive prowess that they have that he brought up. They just can't be stopped physically. They're going to be a tough out for anyone.
Yeah, they are. It's pretty awesome to watch. And Nick Nurse's plan was to punch the bully in the mouth, and that backfired because you saw Joel Embiid respond to the first quarter. Okay. Punch him in the mouth. See what happens.
They're not...
Good luck.
Yeah, they woke him up last night. They tried to play a little physical, and Allah said it a few times on the broadcast. Like, Embiid was just so dialed in. He was showing emotion that he's usually a pretty emotional player, but he was really after it last night. After that run-in with Pascal Siakam where he kind of fell over him. It looked dirty in the moment, but it wasn't. It just
I think
woke
he
him up.
slipped.
Yeah, I think it was just.
Well, he slipped because he jumped right into him off balance.
No, I get it, but
it wasn't a flagrant.
It looked like he was already slipping.
The slip came after contact.
It did come after
contact?
contact?
I watched it like 3 or 4 times, but it was close.
If I'm Nick Nurse, I'd probably do the exact same thing he's doing, honestly.
I don't disagree with you.
I'd be complaining about the referees, hoping
Would
to
you
God that the
be
referee
just as
swallow the
annoying?
whistle. Yeah, I think our YouTube chat and listeners will agree. Yes, I can be very annoying. Absolutely.
So Pat would be just as annoying as Nick Nurse.
If not more, John.
I don't know. I think the better game plan is to hope Joel Embiid has an off night.
Don't underestimate my annoyingness.
Why do I underestimate Pat's annoyingness? I mean, seriously, he could absolutely be just as annoying as Nick Nurse.
So early in the game when Embiid got the double technical, I think it was Anunoby went over and gave him a pretty good forearm shove when Embiid wasn't expecting it. Embiid took one step and shoved him and hit him into Tobias Harris, who then hit Fred VanVleet.
He pinballed him.
It was ridiculous. It's ridiculous how strong that guy is. And I just think this whole team is buying into this physicality thing. And it's going to carry through in a really good way, I believe.
I saw a collision like that last night leaving the building, where a guy has his head down, and a big guy, I would say probably 6'2", has his head down with his hoodie on, and he's walking like he's, what are those things that I always call you guys when you wear your hoods up at, you and Jamie? The Sith Lords.
Sith Lords.
He's walking like this because he doesn't want to get his face wet, so he's walking with his head straight down, and he runs into a lady and literally knocks her to the ground.
Oh.
He's walking so fast that he's not paying attention. She bumps into him. He bumps right into her. She falls to the ground, and he says, sorry. He doesn't extend a hand.
He didn't help pick her up?
The guy next to me
it's the playoffs.
extends a hand and says, and she goes, really? And she's wearing a slicker. She puts one of those, big bibs on. She's like, really? And the guy's just, sorry.
You got to earn your free throws.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Was
She had
there
a Toronto
flagrant
jersey on.
It was a flagrant too.
But was there a whistle?
I did
Because he's playing to the whistle.
He may have.
Regular season, he helped.
Did she go like this, raise her arms up like every NBA player after a non-call?
She really was. She was looking for the call, and she just didn't get it. But it was crazy night last night, and again a fun night at the stadium. Wells Fargo Center last night was rocking.
Yeah, it was good.
And pregame, how was it during the pregame? Because there was a different energy in the building completely last night.
There was, at the pregame show. It was different than Saturday. Saturday was a little bit of a lull, like people sitting on their hands. Okay, what's going to happen? Last night was an expected ass kicking. So I said on the show, the only thing that could have hurt the Sixers last night was if the team was as overconfident as the fans were that were entering the arena.
And they weren't.
Would you fill her up, please? Would you fill her up, please?
Oh, I know what that means. How about the third caller? At 215-263-0975. Third caller.
6-foot guard from Georgetown.
We'll take care of that business. That was fun last night, though. That was so much fun and a great, great time. Tom McGinnis, by the way, some marvelous calls. And I got to hear Devon on the postgame, some great, great stuff. And you'll hear Devon after some sleep, joining us for Devon Givens' three-pointer coming up in the next hour of the show. You don't want to miss that one. So we've got that coming your way, too. It is a fun day. It's sort of like a post-game show from last night. Oh, and by the way, the Phillies lost, too.
Yeah, that was a great kick in the junk after flipping that on.
Well, you made the mistake.
Yeah, that's on me.
You didn't just take, you know what? You were up $150 at the table, and you didn't walk away.
Yeah, I put 80 in. I said, I'm going to take a shot here, and nah.
And people are still calling the regular phone number line trying to win gas cards.
Oh, that's always going to happen.
It is not happening.
You'll never get that message through to people.
Oh, my gosh. All right, the 8 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show comes your way next. Stick around. We're halfway home here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I love the new BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app. And as you see, BetParks, the official playoff partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Whether you're in Pennsylvania or New Jersey, they've got an amazing offer for you. New customers can make your first bet risk-free up to $750. I was trying to talk Paul Blake last night into taking advantage of this fantastic deal. You download the new BetParks app right in the App Store.
Go to betparks.com, Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Your first bet is risk-free up to $750. And you are going to love the in-game betting, too. If you feel like you know how a game is going and you can use your expertise to your advantage, do it. If you want to bet on player performances, you do it, too. If you think you can bet baseball, I really struggle betting baseball. It's just a problem for me. But for you, it might end up being a big winner. Check out the futures, bets, and more. Get that $750 risk-free bet. The website's got all the details. Use the promo code Kincade to take advantage of the offer. Bet Parks, the casino and sportsbook app for you. You must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Verizon knows you need internet speeds you can rely on at a price you can trust. Switch to Verizon Fios, the 100% fiber optic network with upload speeds up to 25 times faster than cable and internet plans with no surprises. Enjoy gaming with ultra-low lag, streaming your favorite shows and movies, and video chatting to stay connected with your friends and family. All with no hidden fees and no expiring promo prices. Plans start at just $39.99 per month with AutoPay. That's right, faster speed and reliability costs less than you think. No surprises, no caveats, just the 100% fiber optic network and 100% price transparency. That's Verizon Fios. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. February 23rd, 2022 speed claim based on Fios gigabit connection max upload speeds of 880 megabits per second versus 35 megabits per second advertised upload speeds for Xfinity Gigabit, Spectrum Internet Gig, and Optimum 1 Gig plans. $15 per month router charge, $99 setup fee, and terms may apply.
Major esport events are starting to come back, and League of Legends is no exception. The European Championship will be happening in front of an audience for the first time in 2 years. The Spring 2022 finals will be taking place in Berlin during April. The amount of people allowed has yet to be determined due to safety restrictions, but needless to say, Europe will be happy to have their most popular esport back.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor. And he can do just about anything because...
I make the earth take the shape that I want it to take.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because...
We really are trying to create this homestead.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1-Series tractor for just $109 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, we've got more ways to keep you mobile with huge deals on Mobil 1 motor oil. Right now, get a 5-quart bottle of Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil for just $29.95. Or get $5 back when you buy a 5-quart bottle of any Mobil 1 motor oil and a Napa Platinum filter. So wherever you're going and whatever you're driving, Napa helps you stay mobile.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations, does not include taxes and fees. Advertised sales price not available in some states. Offer ends 4/30/2022.
O'Reilly. This is Sarah's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
Driving cross country with 2 young children is ambitious, to say the least. Then our check engine light came on. We pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts and they tested it. Turned out it was a faulty sensor. They referred us to a great mechanic just down the street and we were back on the road in no time.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Hello, Discover here to explain our cash back match. Here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cash Back Match. Now to recap and say cash back one more time. We match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Globus Medical is hiring in the Limerick and Audubon area. Be a part of one of the fastest growing orthopedics companies.
Since 2003, Globus Medical has led the way in medical device manufacturing. Key positions include CNC machinist, model makers, quality inspectors, engineers, and more. No experience is required as Globus Medical is committed to career development while offering a competitive compensation package. Apply today at globusmedical.com/careers and help us improve the lives of patients with musculoskeletal disorders. Globus Medical. Life moves us. Apply today.
Hey there, casino fans. I'm here to let you know that the new BetRivers.com casino app is here. It's got lots and lots of exciting slots and table games to play, fast payouts, and a rewards program you'll love. Plus, with award-winning customer service, the excitement never stops. So get ready, casino lovers, to experience the BetRivers.com difference you can trust. It's a whole new game. Download it today.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At 7-Eleven, 6 days of coffee equals a 7th cup free when you scan the 7-Eleven app. Drink coffee twice a day, that's 2 free a week. Math tastes good. 7-Eleven, you brew you. Terms and conditions apply. See 7-Eleven.com for more details.
Hey, it's Mike Miss here. You know, Philly sports is a big business, and we've got you covered every weekday with the Fanatic's Business of Sports Reports, powered by Pico for Business. For information on how your company can save with Pico's incentives, go to pico.com/business.
Hey guys, Iron Mountain Men's Health is the leader in men's sexual health. If your energy level in the bedroom isn't what you want it to be, call them today. Dr. Avidan Appel and his team specialize in the treatment of low testosterone and ED. Maybe you've tried pills and they didn't work. It's probably because you weren't given the right treatment for your specific body chemistry. At Iron Mountain Men's Health, you meet with a physician who will take proper care in making sure you do receive the right treatment. Some patients experience results after their first visit. They offer financing for qualified patients and telehealth appointments for your convenience. Get yourself back into the action, guys, before summer begins. Set up your free consultation today at ironmountainmenshealth.com. That's ironmountainmenshealth.com. Or call 215-659-3770. Tell them Bob Cooney sent you.
WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Home of 76ers basketball and Flyers hockey.
Plug in.
97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Can we wrap this up? I need to get home in time for General Hospital.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
8 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. Do that. Do that today. If you're an injured worker, be sure to check in with our friends there. We will have Devon Givens joining us coming up for his three-pointer on last night's activities down at the Wells Fargo Center. And I ask you guys a question before we get to Devon. How do you in any way consider yourself surprised by, if you said something has surprised you in this series, what is it?
Tobias Harris?
I would say the play of Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey.
Tyrese hasn't surprised me as much as Tobias.
38 points surprised me, so that's why I say it. But yeah. You're right, not as much as Tobias.
Tyrese is at the level now where I expect it.
Where do you go, Pat?
And that's a huge compliment.
Yeah, you guys took the good ones there. I will go with the fact that I have not seen DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah.
And
you're surprised by that?
Yeah, I really thought that Doc was going to come in with this I can't quit you mentality.
Blank you.
Paul Reed +8 last night.
He's a +12 in 22 minutes in the playoffs. I mean, that's exactly what you wanted.
I believe for the second consecutive game, too, they've ended up positive with Joel Embiid on the bench.
Oh, they expanded the lead with him on the bench last night.
No, they've done that in the games.
Yeah.
They've ended up in the positive both games.
Yeah.
And that's exceptional. You guys, none of you hit on mine. Not one. And I'm shocked. I'll give you one chance. Just a gut instinct guess.
Doc Rivers?
Yes.
That's where I was going to go.
That Doc Rivers has completely had a far better plan than Nick Nurse. Now, I don't know, is it fair? Because one of my buddies, I shared that on a group text, and he said, well, Doc Rivers has the far better team.
That makes coaching easy.
So he said, how are you counting that as Doc Rivers doing? And I said, well, this guy does not want to give Doc Rivers the proper credit. So I'm just saying that, and I'm not trying to bogus the conversation, but this guy does not want to give Doc Rivers credit. He goes, well, Doc Rivers is the far better team. He should be dominating Nick Nurse. And I'm like, well, first of all, he shouldn't dominate Nick Nurse because Nick Nurse supposedly invented basketball. That's what I've been told. He invented the game from most of, a lot of the media types. They say that. So, and what I said is, so then Doc Rivers can't win with you. I'm saying he can't win. You're saying he should beat Nick Nurse. So you're not going to give him any credit for having a spectacular game plan and having his team. What I'm more excited about, Doc Rivers' teams have played 2 games where they played 4 quarters of basketball. When did we see that in the regular season? A handful of times that the Sixers played 4 quarters of basketball? I mean, that's where I'm going to give Doc the proper credit. His team has been ready to play, and they've been ready to play for 4 quarters. And we didn't see that. I'm going to tell you, I remember the Dallas game. That Friday night Dallas game, I sort of felt that it
was a good win.
They played a 4-quarter game. Other than that, I can't think of one.
It sounds to me like you're believing the switch theory with this team.
Well, no,
because I think Doc's job is easier with the intensity the players are bringing.
No question. But I would say to you is that I need to see if I see a Game 3 victory, then I'm absolutely going to believe
that the switch was flicked.
Yes. And I am not a believer in the switch. I think it's a mythical thing. I don't believe it. I think it's a bad thing for an organization to rely on. But Doc Rivers has coached his backside off. And Doc, I'll flat out say it, I didn't expect it. So I fall on the sword. Say I did not expect it. You have done a great job. Your team is, and you have them ready to play, and they're doing a great job.
Well, I think lending to all of that is that they got a week to practice together. And we've heard them talk about it. Tobias Harris brought it up, and Doc brought it up a little bit last night in the pregame. That meant a hell of a lot to get these guys on the court together for 3 full days, which they've never done before. 3 consecutive days of practice is unbelievably beneficial to a team that hasn't had practice with a brand new member in James Harden.
That's why I'm really horny for the sweep.
So I don't know.
Because you want that more time.
Rest,
yeah,
more practice.
Exactly. I really don't know if it's a switch. I don't think there really is a switch. I'm not that. I don't
There's
believe
an intensity.
In that.
An intensity is the switch.
Playoff will rise intensity no matter what.
I think that's the switch for really good teams.
Well, they're absolutely. I mean, the intensity is completely different.
I mean,
now I understand regular season and postseason is different also, but it's completely, this team doesn't look anything like the team we've seen.
James Harden has ramped up his intensity. I mean, when Bob said he saw him at the scores table the other night yelling to himself kind of under his breath, I went, oh, this guy's, he knew what he was getting ready for.
Yeah, I think them being more familiar with each other now enables the intensity to lead to better play. Yeah, I really do. I don't short sell those 3-4 days of practices at all. And Jamie, you bring up a great point. If they can get out of this series quickly and have some time to do even more of that, I think Tobias Harris's comments about them like going at it in practice, where they were having hate text messages going back and forth in group texts, saying, I kicked your ass. He said it was an intensity level that they haven't seen before.
James Harden was rocking the do-rag yesterday. Look out, Toronto.
Well, so I understand if the Sixers and Miami, I looked at this projected schedule thing. If the Sixers and Miami both win their series in 6 or less, they will open up that Saturday of the NFL draft weekend. They would open up a series that weekend on Saturday.
Miami.
Like on Miami. And then they would give them off to like Wednesday or something like that. But they would definitely put one of the first games that weekend.
That'd be great.
So it would fall in there, and that Saturday is their window for those two teams. So
yeah, let's just hope the Hawks give the Heat a couple, hard-fought games.
Hard-fought games.
Yeah, go 6, and let's end this on Saturday.
So April is National Donate Life Month. You can help others by signing up as an organ donor. Learn more and sign up at organdonor.gov. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Quick mention, the Phillies lose last night.
That's good enough. Good job, John.
Phillies.
Good mention.
But I do want to say that Aaron Nola did the job last night.
Wasn't his fault.
He gave his team a chance to win. So
it's not your fault, Aaron.
No,
but classic Nola at the same time. I flipped it on. I saw he had 5 good innings. And I went, all right, it's going to come here. And then sure enough.
You really went in with that negativity, eh? I mean,
yeah,
like you just.
That's where I am.
He's burned you enough where you just say, no.
Yeah, he was lucky last night. It was only a solo shot. Usually that's a 2 or 3 run homer, and then it kind of negates the whole positive of 5 innings. That's where I'm at with him. It's unfortunate, but he's got to make me change my mind now.
Pat, where are you? On your boy Nola?
I think there's probably a little bit in the middle. I don't think I'm going to be comfortable with any game that he throws this season.
None at all.
I was probably not. Honestly, I mean, I'm down on him.
Okay,
I'm really down on him. I was impressed with the fact that he went into Colorado of all places and kind of quieted the offense.
I felt that.
I mean, at the same time, it's like he can't. It's one of the. It's like he'll kind of go deep into a game, but then he gives up the long ball and it's a 4-run shot or a 3-run shot, or he has a pretty good game, but he can only go 5 innings.
I looked at it as a real. You're sort of dragging me down.
Yeah, sorry, no.
This is why we don't talk about the Phillies.
Yeah, you have the right outlook on it. It was a good start. It wasn't his fault.
And it wasn't his fault that they lost.
The offense is atrocious right now.
The offense is atrocious, but and I'll say it again.
Don't snap out of it.
Is and I have no question that they will at some point. The offensive approach is terrible, though, and that worries me. They're having bad at bats. They're not very selective at the plate.
No,
and maybe that's what they're going. Maybe that's what they're going to be.
I wonder if there's a pressure that they feel for the big bombs.
Yeah, guys that hit dingers usually aren't real patient.
Yeah,
and they have a lot of dinger hitters.
We already do that with Nick Castellanos.
Yeah,
is that he's not a patient guy. That's not his MO. Or I think the approach that they actually want him to take.
See it.
I think they want him hacking.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not asking him to go and
You just got to hope they don't bury themselves in this funk before they get going too far down.
And that is where my question lies right now. Is that are they going to put themselves in a position that they're?
Yeah, and look, if you look at Schwarber's splits over his career, his first 2 months of the season are horrible. And having a leadoff, I know he's tinkered a little bit with it, but having a leadoff guy that's atrocious for 2 months. To me, is not a recipe for success.
So why did you go into the season doing it? Another Joe Girardi question.
You know
what he is. Yeah.
Well, because he was really good at times for Boston last year. At it.
But not in April.
But the first 2 months are atrocious.
Exactly.
You know who isn't atrocious? Our man, Devon Givens, who was working close to midnight last night. I heard him during a nor'easter.
This is the three-pointer with Devon Givens on 97.5 The Fanatic, home of 76ers basketball.
Well, you hear Tom McGinnis, too, and I heard Devon and Tom breaking down the game afterwards last night on my ride home. It was treacherous, and I'm not talking about your performance on the postgame show last night, Devon. The ride home was treacherous. You guys made it somewhat enjoyable.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. And even when we left, it was still treacherous out there. Yeah, long night last night. Very long night.
All right, it has been treacherous for the, right now for the Toronto Raptors. What is your first point that you want to discuss with us this morning?
I wanted to discuss the physicality that was there for the very beginning of the game. And while Bob and I talked a little bit about it during the pregame yesterday, we were wondering how the 76ers were either going to handle it or Toronto to conform to what the Sixers wanted them to do. But they came out, they punched the Sixers right away, taking that first shot. And I was impressed by how the 76ers handled themselves and not really getting into outside of the double technical. I was really impressed with how they handled themselves by after being down 8-0 and then 11-2 to bring themselves back, tied up at 13-13, and eventually after that, just go on and play the game that they played. In a playoff game like that, where you can get pulled in and trapped, if you will, into some sort of game that you don't want to be involved in, I was really impressed by how they responded to that first punch by the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, Devon, I think this is a label now. I brought this up a little bit ago. I think this is a label now we can attach to this Sixers team, is that they are a tough, physical, bully ball team.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I was thinking when I wanted to bring this up, because it got chippy, and you can see how that can go in one way. And they calmed themselves down after that start, and they really dug in and did what they needed to do. And they are a very physical team. You see how Nick Nurse is handling, talking to the officials through the media, and then now he's talking to Embiid during the game. They are, as a physical team, starting to really get under the Raptors' skin.
Is it an identity that you believe is something that can carry through when you get up against legit title contenders?
Well, I think if we were to look, John, next to the next round, which is the Miami Heat, and I think we would look at them as a contender as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the way that they play, absolutely. Now, that's their identity. So can you match that, but also play in a different style to win? When you look at the teams that would be in the Eastern Conference Finals, same thing. They play physical. Giannis, he plays hard. He plays physical. He gets you in foul trouble as well. And the same thing right now with Jason Tatum and how they play with Al Horford. And, of course, with the Brooklyn Nets, a little more finesse there, but they don't mind mixing it up. Kevin Durant specifically doesn't mind mixing it up a little bit. So I think it's something that we can keep our eye on, of course, if they get that far, but keep it in the back of our heads that this is a conversation that we had early on to see how they match up with those teams with the physicality.
Devon, what's your second point you want to make this morning?
I wanted to talk about the change, the adjustment, if you will, in the second quarter after Tyrese Maxey's slow start. I thought I recognized Doc Rivers taking James Harden off the ball, John, and putting the ball in Maxey's hands. And since he got off to such a great start, a great game on Saturday, and they changed things up just a little bit in that first quarter last night, putting him back on the ball and allowing him to use his speed like we've seen so well in these first two games, that it put that pressure on Toronto's defense. Fred VanVleet, as good a defender as he is, he couldn't stay in front of him. No matter who was in front of Maxey, he just turned up those jets and went right by him. So that minor adjustment, again, changed things a little bit for the Sixers with how they were able to score the ball. Embiid had his 19 in the first quarter, which was tremendous, and Harden mixed in his. Tobias had his mixed in as well. But Maxey couldn't find it. And what I saw was taking him, again, putting him on the ball instead of having him running the shooting guard position, if you will, playing off the ball, and letting him just go. And that's what he did. He had a double-digit quarter in the second, and that's what we are now accustomed to seeing with Tyrese Maxey.
Devon, you know how I feel about Tobias. We talked Friday night about it during draft lines. He's been phenomenal in these two games. Is this something sustainable for him? Because he seems to be a more willing catch-and-shoot guy right now, and he's even physically taking it to the rim at times. How much more of this do we have to see before we can count on it?
Well, Jay, he's had a pretty good last month and a half, if you will. He's maybe mixing a game or two, and that Detroit game wasn't good, the regular season finale, but who's counting that one, right? So he just seems to be, it's what we always say, what Doc Rivers always talks about. He's not thinking anymore. He's just going out there and playing. And he said it himself. It took him a while to finally figure out with the adjustment of what he needs to do with his new teammate, specifically in James Harden, and how he needs to fit himself in. He has been a player that, as we know, been on the move so many times, different coaches, different systems, all of that. But he's always had the ball in his hands, and now this has been an adjustment. But he's a professional. He had to figure it out, and it has taken him a while. And if it's taking him this long and he's really going to start to get it going and get to the playoffs, then yes, the catch and shoot three-pointers, he was 3 for 3 last night. He hit the 4 on Saturday as well, and just shooting at a really high clip from beyond. And now starting to put the ball on the floor as well, using banging into some of those defenders last night, making them feel them on that low block in that intermediate area as well, and shooting over those smaller guys. How dare you put one of those smaller guards that are in there on Tobias Harris and not have him feel like he's going to score the basketball. And that's what he did. So, Jay, I think it is something that's sustainable. It may not be 20 points all the time, of course, but the mere fact that the teams now know that he's going to shoot, he's not going to be hesitant, is a plus.
All right, what is your final shot you're taking today?
Jay, John, Jamie led me right into it, but it was the other side for Tobias Harris. I think he's played defensively in these last two games really well. While Pascal Siakam had 24 and then 20, getting in those 20s, Anunoby still getting in his 20s, he's digging in defensively, John, where this is something that we need to see, especially going on the road beginning Wednesday in Toronto with no Matisse Thybulle. You need his defense. And he has been, in my opinion, a plus defender out there on the perimeter, taking the challenges of Siakam, Anunoby, sometimes being switched on to some of those smaller players like Fred VanVleet as well, having to deal with the length of Chris Boucher. I've liked what I've seen from Tobias Harris as a defender. That's not who he has normally been. That's not his reputation. But these first two games, I think that it's something that he's really challenged himself and looked at and said he needs to do a lot better. And he has a little more energy too, John, because of what Jamie just talked about. He's now offensively dialed in, but he's not taking a lot of shots. He was 7 for 11 last night, very efficient. So he's not having to use so much energy on the offensive end anymore where he has to create all those shots for himself. Now maybe he has a little more energy on the defensive end to dig in against some of these wing players. And we know now with Siakam, could be next round against Jimmy Butler and some of those players that they have there. And then in the Eastern Conference Finals with those talented wings as well. Now, Matisse Thybulle will be available in those, but it's good to know that you might be able to lean on Tobias Harris as a, quote, not a defensive stopper, but somebody who can give you some good minutes there on some of those players.
Devon, I wanted to see if Matisse wanted to watch Game 3 with me. You think you could maybe arrange this? No, I'll take him to a local PJ's. You could take him out. He can pick the PJs. I'll come to him and watch Game 3 with him. Can you broker this?
Is he allowed to get in the PJs with only one shot?
I think he can. Yeah, PJs, believe me, they'll have shots lined up for you. When I see Cooney's crew come in, they got the shots and the beers. They got it all lined up. Devon, we look forward to it. Tonight you'll be breaking this down with the Fanatic listeners, right? But a little before or after the Flyers game?
Only after the Flyers.
Only after.
Tonight. Yeah.
All right. Well, we will talk to you on Thursday morning again after Game 3. So
I look forward to it.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
There's Devon Gibbons, three-pointer, joining us on the Comcast Business Hotline.
You know, one of the things that Devon kind of brought it up about Tyrese Maxey, I wanted to interject a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed last night, or maybe we already talked about it a little bit, how when Maxey came, I think Jamie brought this up, when Maxey came out of the game and Doc Rivers went up and spoke to him and said, look, man, you're not being you. Be you out there. And Devon made a great point. He put him on the ball when Maxey came back into the game. Put him on the ball to make sure he was him. There was also a Doc Rivers moment in Game 1 where Shake Milton was in the game and he didn't close out on a defender. He stood in the lane and watched as his guy went out to the three-point line, caught it and made it. Doc called a timeout and limped his ass out because Doc Rivers can't really run or walk that well anymore. Limped his ass out to half court and met Shake Milton and said, what are you doing? You need to close out on that, and was screaming at him. And Shake Milton, did like the fifth grade thing and acted like he knew he heard him, but he acted like he was ignoring him and walked to the bench. When he put him back in later in the game, Shake Milton went for 7 straight points. Like, these guys are responding to Doc Rivers, and that's what you want mostly.
I saw the interaction. And I can only say, Bob, as a coach, a player walking away from you, that's flat out disrespectful.
Yeah.
Your coaches. Now, Doc was very animated.
Yeah.
And maybe Shake was going to get a drink of water or whatever. I don't know. But he turned his body from Doc and walked away. And I'm sure he was still hearing it.
Yeah.
It looked disrespectful.
Yeah, there's different ways. I said it last night on the pregame. If you're in high school, obviously you stop and you talk to the coach because that's an adult or whatever. When you're an adult and you're a professional player like this, I don't know if you stop so that the whole arena can see the two of you going at it at half court, or you just kind of walk and say, all right, I hear you, coach. Let's take it to the sidelines. I don't need to be berated in front of 20,000.
Lori Zeman was our gas winner.
What do you say, Lori Zeman?
We've had 2 females win this morning.
It's a lady.
It is ladies.
I think we've had 3.
No, yesterday we had.
I thought we had 3.
Ladies,
we've only had 2 winners today.
Yeah, I think yesterday we had 2.
I know. I said we had 2 winners today.
That's all right, Pat.
And you said
you had a good hour. You had a good first hour.
Good. We've had 2 female winners.
I said today.
I'll just see myself
It's all
out.
right. But guess what? There's another
on,
chance
Max.
for a woman or a man to win.
Yeah.
We're equal opportunists.
Coming up.
It was a hard fart competition, but, you know,
It is.
Lori won.
There you go. We got to win.
Do we have that?
Hey, we got that. What did you say?
What? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
It
John-
wasn't what we said, John. It's
Hey,
Like you said.
Matisse Thybulle isn't going to Canada, so I want to. I want to make an offer. I don't know if he'll take me up on it or not. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. If you notice that your house is a drafty mess, and it's just never going to be comfortable. It's hot in the summer, it's cold in the winter, and you say to yourself, I can't afford it right now. Can't afford to fix my windows. Oh, but you can. How about if I told you if you need 20 windows, you're going to pay for 10? You buy 2 windows, you get 2 free. Oh, that's not good enough for you? How about if I told you you don't pay anything until after Easter of 2024? Now you're listening. No money down, no payments, no interest for 2 full years. Window Nation. You do your window shopping online at windownation.com. They have every style, every color, every size you could potentially need. Then you realize that with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and millions of windows installed, then you say to yourself, okay, I know I can trust these guys. But you know what you can trust? Your wallet. You know a good deal when you see one. Buying 2 windows and getting 2 free is amazing in and of itself. But when you don't have to pay anything for 2 full years, that's just flat out great. No money down, no payments, no interest for 2 full years. Call 866-90-NATION. For my friends at Window Nation, tell them John Kincade sent you. It's 866-90-NATION.
The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Sure, any 2 slices of bread with something in the middle makes a sandwich. But what makes a Wawa hoagie a hoagie? Is it the roll? Perfectly crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside? The deli meats, premium quality piled high? The fresh, crisp veggies, sauces, aiolis, spices, oil, and vinegar? Or is it getting it made with fresh mozzarella just the way you like?
Yeah, it's all of that.
Now you can add fresh mozzarella to any hoagie. Gotta have a Wawa. Right now, Wawa Rewards members earn twice as fast on hoagies through May 8th. Whatever sip you savor, Wawa's got you covered with the new cold brewed iced teas and lemonades. Flavors like mango green tea, black tea lemonade, and dragon fruit lemonade. And you can upgrade your sipping experience by adding mango-flavored popping bubbles to any tea or lemonade. Because everything's better at popping bubbles. No matter what you're in the mood for, there's a tea or lemonade for you. Maybe even one with mango-flavored popping bubbles. Refresh with the new cold brewed iced teas and lemonades at Wawa.
Hey, it's Andrew. If you need a roof, call New Look Home Design. Just look at their website and you'll know why. They have a team of people who will help you through the process and make shopping for a new roof easy. And they offer everything to give you peace of mind. Totally opposite of what you might expect from smaller contractors. New Look Home Design offers same-day virtual and in-person estimates, line-by-line pricing, so there's no hidden fees, 3D rendering of what your new roof would look like, so there are no surprises. And in my opinion, best of all, a solid warranty. So if you need a new roof, call New Look Home Design now through April 30th. When you buy a new roof, you can pay half later and the other half never. Save 50% on roofing materials and qualify for interest-free financing. Call them today at 800-279-5300. That's 800-279-5300. Online at newlookhomedesign.com. That's NULookHomedesign.com. Tell them Andrew sent you.
My Friday nights usually spent out. But since my friends got Xfinity Internet, Friday nights in are where it's at. Because Xfinity has Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig to power a house full of connected devices all at once. We got our show streaming, playlists bumping, and games galore. That's gig speed Wi-Fi for every great night in. Can your internet do that? Come on, y'all. The coasters aren't just for decoration.
Get Xfinity Gig Speed Internet for just $44.99 a month for 24 months with a 2-year contract when you also get Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay and 6/21/22. Restrictions apply. New gigabit internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and Xfi gateway. Actual speeds vary. Xfinity Internet required. Reduced speeds up to 20 gigabytes wireless usage.
And now a small business setback, delivered by a kind French stranger.
Monsieur,
there was an accident. The windshield of your catering van is, how do you say, kaput? But Progressive has an extensive network of repair shops. Now, we sing about the old days. Brave marin revient de guerre.
When things go wrong with your small business, it's comforting to know you have Progressive Commercial. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Croissance for everyone. Brave
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
O'Reilly.
This is Sarah's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
Driving cross-country with 2 young children is ambitious, to say the least. Then our check engine light came on. We pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts, and they tested it. Turned out it was a faulty sensor. They referred us to a great mechanic just down the street, and we were back on the road in no time.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage? Keep your engine at its best with clean oil from Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic. Got an older vehicle? Use Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic High Mileage. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $35.99. Get what you need for better fuel efficiency at any of our 6,000 stores or on AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K. How convenient.
Philly Pretzel Factory wants you to make sure you mark your calendars because everyone's favorite day is coming up. It's National Pretzel Day. National Pretzel Day is Tuesday, April 26th. And to celebrate, Philly Pretzel Factory is giving 1 free pretzel to every customer who stops by. No purchase necessary. Go to phillypretzelfactory.com today and find your nearest location. And be sure to stop by on Tuesday, April 26th. Happy National Pretzel Day from Philly Pretzel Factory, the official soft pretzel of the Philly sports fan.
Hey, guys, you can go yard all summer long with $5 Dinger Tuesdays on FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge. This season, all customers will get $5 for every home run hit by both teams when you place a $25 to hit a home run wager on Tuesday MLB games. And the best part about Dinger Tuesdays is even if your bet loses, FanDuel will pay you $5 for every home run. Look, don't go any further than this Phillies team. Yeah, of course, they're down in the dumps right now, but they're in Colorado tonight. And although the bats were silent last night, look for them to hit some dingers tonight. Take a look at who you might like. I think they're going to go yard often tonight. So what are you waiting for? Pick your home run hitter and turn big swings into big wins. There's no better place to bet America's pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. Head over to your FanDuel account or download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code BOB. That's promo code BOB. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max bonus $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Thank God this is radio, or you'd have to be looking at my face.
I'm too sexy for my shirt. On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Couple hard fart game. What was that? Couple hard fart game. Couple hard fart game. Couple hard fart game.
Wow. That's nuts.
That's
you, John. That's all you.
That is...
One more time,
Pat.
Pat.
There's nothing better than just a hard fart game.
Gotta be careful. You don't want to uh-oh.
You don't want to... Yes.
You don't want to... Because sometimes a hard fart game becomes a hard chart game.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
I've heard that.
Have you ever had a hard fart game, John?
I must have.
I guess so. Because you spoke it into reality earlier today.
Oh, my gosh. Couple hard fart game. That must be.
Wow.
It's unbelievable.
That's why they have so much separation out there, is they're just farting hard.
You're just out there farting hard.
Yeah, creating separation with your defenders.
We're sorry if you have kids in the car and they're now saying that word. Very sorry about that.
You act like it's a curse word.
No, but that's not, Pat.
That's my son's favorite word.
Is it really?
He loves it.
You know the Jamaican word for it? Lâché.
Lâché. Oh, that sounds fancy.
They make it sound
Sounds like a cologne. You get
They make it sound nice.
Yeah.
It's a lachey. Who lacheyed? That's the Jamaicans go, who lacheyed? Who? And they say it with that, who lacheyed? Who lacheyed? And then you point fingers at somebody else.
Do they say it's a hard lachey game?
I don't know if it is a hard lachey game or not, but hopefully it's something that is not.
What was on your mind when you said that earlier today? Anything? Nothing in particular?
I have no idea.
Were you looking at Jamie when you said it?
Well, I could look at either one of you and realize that might be happening.
I mean, just give it your breast, John.
I will give it my breast.
And you try.
I'm very concerned about this, though. It's like these slippage of words.
I bet you're worried about slippage. Yep.
It's working.
And at your age, it's normal, John.
It really does.
Is.
It starts to slip a
Then
little
don't
bit.
push them. Don't force a fart.
Do not do that.
I try to tell that to my daughter all the time. It'll come naturally. Don't force it.
Don't force it. That's really good.
If you don't fart, you die.
Great advice.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wherever you be, let it free. So was the death of Molly McGee.
That's right, Pat. See?
She held them in.
I think I'd rather talk Phillies this morning.
Well, speaking of farts, the Phillies. Hey, Philly Sports Trips are taking fans to Pittsburgh for the weekend of July 28th. So Philly Sports Trips go with the Phillies to watch the Phils in a 4-game series in Pittsburgh, and you can join them. Go to phillysportstrips.com. Pat, that is the one that I tell people now. We talked about earlier is San Fran, I think, is the most spectacular venue. And people are like, oh, you're forgetting about the Dodgers. No. Driving in a traffic jam to Dodger Stadium, which is every freaking game you go to, and then you get to Chavez Ravine, it's nice. You hopefully don't get knifed in the parking lot. There is no comparison between going to a game in San Fran or going to a game in San Diego than going to Dodger Stadium. You want to see Dodger Stadium once. Check it off your list.
Yeah.
And then don't go back.
I tried to walk there one time.
Why did you do that? That's a huge walk.
It was. And,
what did you walk, 4 miles?
No, I walked all the way
5
from the
miles?
Staples Center to try to get out there.
You did not.
I swear to God. And I got all the way kind of close up there, and I could see it was getting a little seedy, and a cop came over to me. He's like, hey,
don't do that.
What's going on? And I said, nothing. And I told him what I was doing. He goes, yeah, if I were you, I'd turn around and go back to your hotel.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I said, okay, thank you. I appreciate
it. It
that.
is. People make it out like you're going to like baseball nirvana going to Dodger Stadium. And I'm like, okay, I see you've never been to Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
Because it is not. Bad area.
It's not on my bucket list.
I think Camden Yards just had their, 25th anniversary?
Yeah.
Camden Yards was 93?
Yep, 93.
Or 93?
I believe it was 93.
It's beautiful.
And it changed stadiums for the better, obviously, but that was a game changer in baseball.
But also, too, they've had problems with Camden Yards with people. The neighborhood's gotten progressively worse as over this time. It used to be such an amazing area to go to a game and mill around and go eat and drink and party. And now the night games, if you look at the crowds, it's a bad product.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, what crowd?
Yeah, but the stadium, they used to be bad, Pat, in that stadium, and the place was packed every night.
Yeah, maybe the
novelty?
Yeah, of Camden Yards is worn off. And also, it is tough to go see a bad product.
But Pittsburgh is a great spot.
I want to make that trip.
I don't. That's absolutely what you should do. You should do a Saturday morning drive up where they would have maybe a Saturday afternoon day game or a Saturday night game. Get one night hotel, watch the Sunday afternoon game drive. But it's around 5.5 hours.
Yeah. I would just simplify things and call Vince at Philly Sports Trips.
That's the way to do it. Yeah. See, there you go.
That's the only way you'd get me to Pittsburgh is
Just do a Philly Sports
Pittsburgh
Trips.
gets a bad rap. It's a good city.
Pat,
I'm okay.
I know you don't like them because of the Penguins.
I don't like their
It's a
people
good
either.
city.
I got to tell you, that is a city that has completely changed my opinion on it.
Yeah.
From when I used to go working in the NHL.
I worked a lot of Steelers games.
It's a fantastic.
It's a cool town.
It's cool.
Yeah,
Never been to Pittsburgh.
I'm okay.
I can't believe that.
The Permane Brothers sandwich sucks, but it's a good town.
They do that overblown just as they show. Oh, it's an Eagles game.
Yeah.
Let's show the Liberty Bell. Here's NBC. Let's show you the Liberty Bell, a Philly cheesesteak being made. They got to do the same cliches over and over. But Pittsburgh, Bob, you would love it.
Yeah, I've only flown through. Yeah, I love it. We've tried to go to a lot of Pittsburgh Phillies games, but like I said before, they always play on 4th of July, like right around the 4th of July, and it never really works out.
Well, this year it's July 28th weekend. So it's a little bit
do the show
different.
out there.
Might
Let's
wanna
do a
it.
show out there.
Yeah, go to Pittsburgh. Matisse Thybulle won't be making the road trip. He could go to Pittsburgh, though. They welcome him in Pittsburgh. So So you've got that. So Matisse Thybulle can't go to Toronto, though. I want to make an offer, seriously, that I'd like to take Matisse out and be able to watch the game with him.
Matisse, give us a call, 610-622-0975.
I'd like to pick his brain a little bit, find out what he thinks, how he's looking at the matchups.
Seems like an affable fella.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
He looks a little his body language seemed off last night.
I think his body language is completely off, and that's where I'm going with this. I hope he's not pissed that he's being taken out of the starting lineup when he has taken himself out of being available for his team in Toronto. I would hope that the guy would not be that guy, but he seems like he's not. And they said, and a couple people said it to me, is that the broadcast that last night they said he doesn't look engaged. He doesn't look himself.
Yeah,
it's I hope that's not the case. You got to be a better teammate than that.
Yeah, you're right, and you're right. Nobody brought this on him except himself.
Right.
I can somewhat understand where he feels like a little bit of an outsider. Again, his own doing, but at the same time, he knows, okay, balls to the wall here, and they're going away, and I'm going to be sitting at home. Again, it's on him, but it's a weird situation, not only for the coaches, for the team, but for him also, although he did bring it on himself again.
Do you think, Doc, though, do you think there's any part of him that he's saying Danny Green is our best chance to win at home, and so we have to get Danny Green comfortable with being able to play in Toronto? Which is it? Is it Danny Green's our best option to win this series by being in the starting lineup and being part of that, and Matisse, you're just going to be a role player in this series because I don't have you for
I don't think it's just this series. I think it's the rest of the playoffs. If you sweep Toronto with Danny Green in the starting five, why the hell would you go back to the other option?
No, I'm not questioning that.
Yeah,
that would be.
I just don't think it's for. I think it's for good now. I think Danny Green is the starter going forward.
So you don't think there's anything punitive involved in this?
No, I think what happened was Doc went to him and said, I can't start you. You know this. I can't start you in this series in any game. You have to be a role player off the bench, and we'll take it after that if there is a series after that. Now, if they get Miami, you're going to need a large dose of Matisse Thybulle.
No question.
Because if he brings the defense that he used to have that I haven't seen lately, he's going to have to play a Tyler Hero. He's going to have to play a Jimmy Butler. He's going to have to, cover those guys and be very good at doing it because that is not Danny Green's game right now.
I do not like Tyler Hero.
He's good though.
But you talk about they hate the face people.
Who was the Jamie Kennedy rap guy in that movie?
B-Rad?
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of like B-Rad.
Yeah, a little
he just
bit.
annoys me.
Yeah, a little bit annoying. I would love to see them kick his ass.
Yeah, that'd be. I like the matchup with Miami.
He's a hell of a player, by the way. I'm not saying that he sucks or anything like that. I just he's one of those opposing players that I do not enjoy.
I like the way they match up with the Heat. I do.
Okay, you said it.
I'm not disrespecting the Heat. They're a good team and all, but I like the way they match up.
Jamie, all I have to see is the Celtics.
Oof.
When I saw Sunday afternoon. And by the way, game 2 of that series is not tonight. It's tomorrow night. So
that's weird.
It is weird. But they went home, by the way.
Did they really?
I understand. I think they went home.
Oh, it's pretty close.
I think they went home.
That makes
Brooklyn?
sense.
I think they went home because it was a Sunday game and
Quick
then they're coming
train
back.
ride, yeah.
But
Sure.
it's but to me, I look at that and say, man, I
would,
7
games. Please.
I would not want to be playing the Nets. I mean, Boston did the play hard thing and got that 2 seed, and Milwaukee said, we don't want it.
I don't want to play whoever's coming out of that series.
Milwaukee purposely ditched facing the Nets. They
Boston purposely ditched Toronto because they wouldn't have some of their play.
And now I'd feel much better. I feel much better the way that things worked out. So again, I hate saying Jamie's right, but it looks like right now it looks like significantly better.
That Miami series, when it happens, because I'm going to speak about it as it's going to be a dogfight. Kyle Lowry, if you're paying attention to him in the playoffs, he's playing a dirty style of game. Like he's giving shots, he's playing physical bulldog basketball, and if we're a bully ball team now, that series is going to get physical. Bam's pissed that he didn't get Defensive Player of the Year. He's crying about that.
Yeah, but then Joel may make him look stupid.
You don't
and
think,
then it's going to look
so
dumb.
Joel's pissed about his MVP.
Right.
Bam's pissed about his. Yeah, guess who's going to win that one?
It's going to be a dogfight series, you're saying?
Yeah.
I got a bell ringer for you. PJ's Happy Hour this Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the PJ's on Wilmington Pike in Westchester from 5 to 7. We'll see you. I loved seeing Dawn Staley last night. That was awesome. Dawn, congratulations. That was a great honor for you, and you were a great ambassador for this city.
So when they started to announce it, I was half listening, and all I heard was two-time NCAA champion. I was like, oh, they got Jay Wright to ring the bell.
That's what I was wondering, too.
Yeah, and I said it out loud. I said, oh, Jay Wright, huh? And I walked over to the front of the suite so I could see it. And then when they announced it was Dawn Staley, I said, oh, wow, they did even, like,
that
nothing
was awesome.
against Jay Wright. I said, they did even better. You know, a North Philly girl, that was phenomenal last night. I love and adore Dawn Staley.
She's a Philadelphia treasure.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
And that was awesome last night. That is a great choice to have Dawn Staley ringing the bell.
Yeah, she was in the locker room after the game, chatting it up with the team, and you can see the respect that they look. If Doc Rivers was to flee for LA, Dawn is probably on the short list of 2 or 3 people I call first.
She interviewed for the Portland job, did not get it. She got 2 interviews. She got an in-person and she got a Zoom. She got the Zoom, then she got the in-person. And they went Becky Hammond. They did not interview Becky Hammond twice. So Dawn Staley got closer to the Portland job than she got.
You could see the respect the players had for her.
I'm telling you, Dawn Staley as a NBA head coach, I'm all here for it.
I think she'd kick ass.
I'd love to see it.
I agree. Yeah, she commands respect.
Oh yeah.
Well, because she I think the concepts, the style, everything like that can translate to a men's game, women's game, whatever. And for her to be able to, honestly, South Carolina's nice. Bob, you know it personally. It's really, really nice. A lot of people up here don't know South Carolina. It's a fun campus. It's a good school.
Mm-hmm.
But to turn that into a powerhouse,
yeah,
that's out of nowhere.
It's crazy.
That's honestly out of nowhere.
I've told Kyle, I said, look, you got to try to find Coach Staley at one point and just go up and say hi, let her know you're from Philly or whatever, and you have some ties to the sports world in Philly. He's like, Dad, you can't come within 5 miles of the women's basketball team or Dawn Staley. It's that's how big she's grown it there, is my point.
And they've turned it, Bob, into it's the South. And I can only tell you, women's college basketball, Tennessee was a thing. It wasn't a thing in any other city. It wasn't a thing at Florida. It wasn't a thing at Georgia. It wasn't a thing at South Carolina. And Dawn Staley has made everybody stand up and take notice. It's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, she's the best.
Fantastic bell ringing choice last night by the Sixers.
Would you fill her up, please? Would you fill her up, please?
Oh, boy. I'd say, how about 2? The second caller, because Dawn Staley's got 2 national championships.
Boom.
How about that? Dawn Staley, congratulations, and great job last night.
Her resume is just, when they were announcing it last night, Matt Cord, my God, the gold medals that she's won as a player, 2-time player of the year in college, Olympic gold medals as a player and a coach,
Amazing.
And now 2-time champion coach. She's the best.
You know who was very, very proud last night seeing that? Coach Chaney.
Yeah, exactly.
Coach Chaney adored her.
Yeah.
He absolutely adored her. Bob talks about it in Cooney's Corner, an identity.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Yeah, and I already hit on it a little bit about this identity as a bully ball type of team that we were promised a couple years ago, but the Sixers have now become it with different personnel. But expanding on it a little bit more, what it has allowed this team to do is become a better finesse team. And look, it's a small sample size. What they do bully ball-wise, what they do with Joel Embiid, and the way they physically just outmanned this Toronto team has put Toronto back on its heels. It's put Toronto like, oh, we need 3 guys to go against one in Joel Embiid. And now it's allowed wide-open shots to happen. It's allowed Tobias Harris to go off, catch and shoot. He talked about it last night. It's a role that he's never been asked to do before. He's mostly been an isolation guy before, and now he's asked to just catch and shoot, and it's taken some while to get used to. Well, the bully ball of this team, where they put Toronto so far, and I think for the rest of the playoffs, they're going to do it to other opponents. Back on their heels is going to allow three-pointers to become open. Therefore, their finesse game is going to become easier. They're shooting 50% pretty much from three in the 2 games in this series. And how many of those have been contested, John? Not a whole lot.
No,
They're
not
getting a lot of wide open looks. I just think the identity of this team as bully ball is also helping a lot with their finesse ball. Dribble drives seem to be easier. Jump shots seem to be more open. When you get the ball in the lane to Joel, that's when the physicality comes in, or the drives by Harden, that's the physicality. But everything else, that leads to good finesse play also. So I think the identity of this team is starting to really come about, and because of it, the outliers of the game are getting a lot easier.
Yeah, one of the most impressive things in these 2 games has been the team passing. They're always looking for that open guy because they know they're going to get it. Whether it's a double on Embiid or an adjacent defender eyeing up Harden or Maxey, there's always going to be somebody open, and their passing as a team has improved a lot, honestly, over the last month of the season. You saw it a couple times last night where it might have been a situation in the regular season where a guy shoots it, but he makes the extra pass and finds an open Danny Green in the corner, or Joel kicks it out. They're playing unselfish basketball right now, and it's great.
Well, I think that James Harden's ability to pass, Pat, makes me wonder. I mean, it's not a cheap shot, but he's with Jalen Hurts. I mean, his floor vision is amazing.
Yeah.
The way he delivers the ball with zip is absolutely absurd. He's fantastic.
Yeah, his ability to swing it around is something that I didn't really expect. I don't know. I probably should have, but I didn't expect him to be this good of a facilitator.
No,
you had heard like from afar. You hear he's an incredible scorer. And Jamie was actually the one who pointed out when initially they were talking about trading for him from Houston about how good of a passer he was. And, man, we are really seeing it.
Yeah, we're getting treated to it.
It's like
right
the
now.
most underspoken about thing in the NBA. James Harden might be the best assist guy in the entire league. I know Chris Paul, the point guard, and all that.
Come on, he's amazing.
Not many people average 12 assists a game. Like, he got to 15 assists, and we're like, oh, yeah. What?
No.
15 assists is insane.
He has made Ben Simmons look like a good passer.
Yes.
And when Ben Simmons is here, before we saw James Harden, we all thought he was elite. James Harden's an elite passer.
Oh. Hey,
Ben Simmons is a good passer.
Wow. That's high praise.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing.
Well, because there's a shot you have to respect, and there's a dribble drive you have to respect.
No, but as a passer, though.
Yes, but his passing is so dominant because he has to be respected.
His passing is relegated to standing stone, passing the ball, because when he's dribble driving, he doesn't, because he's not going to the basket. Harden's got that little pocket pass. He's an unbelievable passer.
Is 6 straight seasons of 10-plus assists.
That's crazy.
And he was the leading scorer or up there for leading scorer in probably 3 of those years.
I mean, the year he should have gotten the MVP and didn't, he averaged 30 and 11.2.
Wow.
I mean, the dude's incredible.
Hey, congratulations to Mark Urbanski. He won the gas card this hour. Thanks for listening, Mark Urbanski. Every hour this week, we're giving away a $50 gas card to say thanks for listening. So be listening for the gas station sounder, the correct caller to the contest line at 215-263-0975. A lot of people aren't getting the contest line concept. 215-263-0975. It's all made possible by our friends at H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. For fast, friendly, and local HVAC service, visit delcohvac.com. But if you're in Chester County, Montgomery County with Jamie, if you're in South Jersey or in Delaware, you can check that all out. It's nice there.
Jamie, the main line isn't in Montgomery County, John.
Jamie,
you got it wrong.
They will come into some of the main lines in Montgomery County.
Very small portion.
No, I lived in it for 10 months in my apartment.
Ardmore's the barrier, right?
Montgomery County.
Yeah.
It's Montgomery. It's not Delco.
Yeah.
They're very uppity in Ardmore about it, too. On Bong Boulevard. They're very glad. We like to smoke our weed here in Montgomery County.
I was there last night.
You're on Bong Boulevard?
Let me guess, you were getting ice cream?
I was getting ice cream.
Wow.
You were? Well, you were around the corner.
A little pregame ice cream for the...
what kind did you get last night, Pat?
I went with coffee Oreo, 1 scoop of coffee Oreo, and 1 scoop of, it was like a coffee cake, vanilla coffee cake.
You were on No, you
Real
were
good.
you were on like Spliff Street though. You weren't on Bong Boulevard.
It's the main. I parked on Bong Boulevard. It's
you did.
But the scoop shop is located on the main thoroughfare. It's like whatever main is that Main Street?
Yeah, right before you get to Weed
Ardmore
Way.
Ave?
Right, you get to you pass McCluskey's, and then you get to Weed Way. Is the little alleyway. You got that in there too.
We had lunch at McCluskey's a couple times.
Such a good spot. Such a good spot. Say hello to all the people in Ardmore anytime. We appreciate you being a part of the John Kincade Show. We got an hour to go today. It's the Sixers postgame edition of the John Kincade Show. Game 2, a winner last night. We look forward to Game 3, and you'll have a lot of talk about it all day long today. But coming up, Jamie says it's not smoke from Bong Boulevard that he's questioning. He's questioning this smoke, and it's coming out of NovaCare. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. That all-new BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app has got you covered. If you haven't downloaded it, you've got to. An amazing offer sits there and waits for you. A $750 risk-free bet when you use the promo code Kincade, so don't say that I never did anything for you. BetParks.com. Pennsylvania or New Jersey residents, you're going to love it. The odds, the bets, the slots, the games, all in perfect harmony, which allows you to have access to everything that you're looking for. One of the things that's really, really fun, though, is betting on individual player performances. And last night, I'm tracking that during Game 2 of the Sixers series. Download the app today. You're going to really, really love it. BetParks.com. You can do Pennsylvania or New Jersey and use the promo code Kincade for that risk-free bet. It's the casino and sportsbook app you've wanted and you need from BetParks. Go time. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Should you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
For someone who's super, super hot, you're really cranky.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
If you're a small business, there are lots of choices when it comes to your internet and technology needs. But when you choose Comcast Business Internet, you choose the largest, fastest, reliable network. You choose advanced security for total peace of mind. And you choose fiber solutions with speeds up to 10 gigs available to more small businesses than any other provider. That's virtually everywhere we serve. The choice is clear. Get unbeatable business solutions from the most innovative company. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Get started with powerful and reliable internet and voice solutions from Comcast Business for $35 each a month for 24 months with a 2-year agreement when you buy both. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 5/15/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line customers only. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change. Most innovative based on American Business 2021 Gold Stevie Award. Call for details.
You know, our pets may fight for screen time during an important video conference or maybe steal our spot in bed. They might even knock everything off the dresser while staring you directly in the eye. But that's why we love them and why the most loving pet parents choose Fuzzy to keep their pets happy and healthy. Fuzzy is a digital pet care service offering 24/7 attention from veterinary professionals and individualized treatment. If you're on a road trip and you need help calming down your co-pilot or at home just wondering why your cat only drinks from the sink, there's always a vet ready to respond. Fuzzy even gives you product recommendations to keep joints healthy, coat shiny, teeth strong, and fleas far away. Every product is handpicked by their experienced vet team and personalized to your pet's needs. Fuzzy has everything for our pets because our pets are everything. For a limited time, when you visit yourfuzzy.com/Philly, you can become a Fuzzy pet parent for 7 days free. That's yourfuzzy.com/Philly and ask their vets anything, get personalized pet product recommendations, and improve your pet's health for free.
When I was a kid, my grandpop used to say to my grandma, "I love you to the moon and back." Then he used to say it to my mom, "I love you to the moon and back." It always symbolized his deep love for the mother of his children and the mother of his grandchildren. So this Mother's Day, I've created a beautiful to the moon and back sterling silver diamond necklace. I wish you could see it right now. Wait, you can. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com and see the silhouette of a crescent moon filled with sparkling diamonds hugging a silver heart. It's engraved with "I love you to the moon and back" right on the other side. A thought she'll hold next to her heart every day. Tell the mothers in your life that you love them to the moon and back, just like my grandfather did. It's only $98, shipped for free in my signature black gift box. Visit us at the other corner of 8th and Walnut. By phone, 888-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER, or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. Steven Singer Jewelers, one place, one price.
Big Lou wants to remind you that just because baseball season is starting late, that doesn't mean you should get a late start on owning a term life insurance policy. Big Lou at Term Provider knows that life can throw quite a curveball, and the last thing you want to do is strike out with your family watching. If you're 50 years old, have type 2 diabetes, or other health issue, Big Lou may be able to find you $1 million or more of term life insurance for about $200 a month. A life insurance policy from Big Lou will guarantee you a spot in your family's Hall of Fame. To find out just how affordable life insurance can be for you, get on the phone and call Big Lou at 800-511-3535. 800-511-3535. Before life throws that nasty curveball at you, call in the world's best pinch hitter, Big Lou. Call 800-511-3535, 800-511-3535, or biglou.com.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. You and your friend both look over at each other, and then he puts his head back out the window. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
Get authentic Philly cheesesteak flavor in Montgomery County at Philly Cheesesteaks and Wings in Limerick and their new Collegeville location. Their steaks ooze that authentic Philly taste. They have the freshest ingredients from prime steak to fresh baked rolls. Add their award-winning wings to make the perfect game time treat. Make your big game party extra super. Let them cater your event. Go to phillycsw.com for both locations and check out their extensive, delicious menu. Philly Cheesesteaks and Wings. This ain't no suburban cheesesteak.
Hurry in during Ram Truck Month, where you'll find J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality in 2021. And right now, finance and get $3,250 total cash allowance on the 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Don't miss this great offer. Hurry into Ram Truck Month now. For 2021 J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take retail delivery by 5/2/22.
I could try to take care of my lawn myself. I've done it before. And you know what? I failed because my lawn doesn't look as good as if the pros at Natural Lawn of America were taking care of it. That's why you turn the keys over to them. Because for over 30-plus years, Natural Lawn of America, located locally right here, a family-owned and operated company, has been creating green lawns quickly, more naturally, and with fewer weeds. They've got certified specialists that are going to assess your lawn and develop a customized treatment plan based on your needs. Does your lawn get a lot of shade? Does it get a lot of direct sun? They have an approach to it. And they also reduce chemical use by 85%, and they feed your soil with their exclusive organic-based nutrients. But you're saying, John, give me a deal. Okay, I'll give you a deal. Natural Lawn, call today, take advantage of their limited time offer, and you're going to get free seeding every year. Natural Lawn's full-service program. Schedule it by April 30th and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED, 800-FREESEED. My lawn care company is Natural Lawn of America. Why? Greener grass and fewer weeds. Guaranteed.
WPEN, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Home of 76ers basketball and Flyers hockey.
Plug in.
97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Hey, Philly, this is Tobias Harris, and you're listening to the John Kincade Show.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
They're playing basketball. We love that basketball.
Every time Bob bops to this, I absolutely love it.
Is this from Everybody Loves Mike, or is it from Space Jam?
Space Jam.
What's the song
You're
from
not even a
Everybody Loves Mike?
basketball guy. Watch Joanna Man.
Okay, now Bob's a little bit right here. So,
Thank
Lil
you.
Bow Wow, who turned into Bow Wow,
Yeah,
he did
played in
sample
Everybody.
this song. And he said basketball is his favorite sport. He likes the way they dribble up and down the court. It
See?
was poetry, really.
Oh, yeah, he's a modern-day poet.
But we do have to remember the original artist of this song
Jesus, shut your mic off.
is
know. Who is
Curtis
this guy?
Blow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Curtis Blow did this back in the 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
You learn something new from Coach every day.
Nah.
Yeah.
You do.
I really didn't need to know that.
Go watch Eddie, Bob.
9 o'clock hour is brought to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. You can check it out at bagster.com. All right, I sent you all a text. Please look at it. This is why are kids horrified of the Easter Bunny?
One of my buddy's kids is petrified.
Okay, now these kids are like probably.
They look like they're like 3.
Look at that picture. The kids are horrified. I'll put it up on.
Oh my God.
Pat, see if you can put that up on Twitter.
Growing up, you're told not to talk to people that give you free candy. Not only like the bunny is somebody giving you free candy, but it's also a grown-sized bunny. You expect to see human beings. You don't expect to see a large bunny.
Bunnies bug me out. There was a video in grade school, I forget what it was, where the rabbits, they got red in their eyes and became like, I don't know, like ravenous and full of rabies or something. And they like, do you know what I'm talking about, Pat? It was in grade school. It was an animated film, and they went crazy, and the bunnies bugged me out.
So
bunnies freak me out.
Okay, so
I think it was called the Vampire Bunny.
So, it was horrible. Scarred me for life.
But the kids.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was called Bunkilla.
The kids.
Is that right?
The kids are huddled in the corner.
Yeah, bunnies aren't that cool. People think they're like fluffy and cute. They're bug out city, man.
That's why they started giving out candy.
I mean,
they wanted to change the narrative, public perception of bunnies back in the day.
They're horrified.
The Q rating was bad. They had to change it. So
Bugs was a badass.
Bugs was great.
Yeah, we saw that in Space Jam.
By the way, did you know
bring it all back?
Bugs just from big bunny lobbyists trying to repurpose their image.
Did you know that they've blocked episodes of Bugs Bunny?
Really?
They've gone in now and blocked Bugs Bunny cartoons because they'll take the gun because Elmer Fudd has a gun.
Well, does Speedy Gonzales get canceled?
Speedy Gonzales was canceled.
Yeah.
That was racially insensitive.
Yeah.
But Bugs Bunny, they've taken.
I thought he had sexual harassment charges against him.
No, that's Pepe Le Pew, who was a creep.
No, because
Pepe's a creep.
Well, Pepe was a bit of a creep.
Yeah,
he was creepy.
But Speedy Gonzales, the joke on the cartoon was always Speedy Gonzales dates my sister, and then the one mouse looks at him and goes, Speedy Gonzales dates everybody's sister. That was the joke.
I don't remember
every
that.
single cartoon they would make that up.
Speedy got around. Swordsman.
Apple TV, Bob. Warning to you. Do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. It's loaded onto your TV.
It's there.
Not a chance in the world it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah?
Dude, I got 4 kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Apple TV. Pat, you have it, right?
Yeah.
Jamie, you got it?
Yeah.
All right. The news breaking today. The NFL Sunday Ticket is going to companion with DirecTV with Apple TV. It's not officially announced by Apple yet, but the word has leaked. Will you get the NFL Sunday Ticket?
No. I have the red zone.
No, I'm good.
You're just good with the red zone, though?
Yeah. I'm not paying anymore. No.
So you're not good with, you don't want to be able to go, I got to see that.
If it's a game that good,
Denver Giants that isn't on TV.
Well, I was going to say if it's a game that usually that is good and I have interest in, it's on TV somewhere.
Pat, will you or will you not?
No, I'm good.
Wow, I've always done it. And
you've been out of town, so that was a must for you.
It was a must.
And I had it for a few years there, and I just realized I didn't.
Did you not do it enough?
Yeah, I didn't utilize it enough to justify the price.
Like my cousin in Manhattan, it's a requirement for
you have to. You gotta
so
watch
if you're
it.
out of market, you need it. But in market, nah, I'm good.
Hey, yeah, we get enough, don't we?
I got Scott Hansen, man. I'm good.
So you like that, right?
I love Scott Hansen.
They do a great job.
Yeah.
Him and, gosh, I'm drawing a blank. The other gentleman who does it on.
I know who you're talking
Andrew
about.
Siciliano?
Andrew Siciliano. I think both of them deserve Emmys.
That's a really hard job.
And they're incredible at it.
Yeah, they're good.
They're smooth. Now they have directors and everybody that helps them out. It's sort of like Coach. We wouldn't be good without Coach. And as good as we are, you can judge how good you think we are.
I can't do red zone.
The red
Sound
zone,
like my wife.
I need to watch the game.
I can do the red zone for halftime of a game that I'm watching. I can't sit and just watch red zone.
No, I can't just. It can be filler for me, but it's not must
That's
watch.
why I bring up the secondary TV. That's on the red zone, the main screen.
Jeeves brings up the
secondary. I carry it up.
Hey, the all-new Bally's Atlantic City has new slots, new rooms, new restaurants, thrilling table games, and more. Visit Bally'sAC.com. You got to be 21 or over. Gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER. I did not know that Bally's is all brand new and everything. Got to check that out. That'll be something to check out. Jamie doesn't believe in smoke, it appears, or you're leaning that way when it comes to our Philadelphia Eagles. We've been doing a lot of Sixers today, as expected, but we are tomorrow, Jamie has his mock draft 4.0, and then we will be a week from getting on a plane and going to Las Vegas.
This might be my own neurosis here, but there's way too much smoke coming out about the Eagles and first-round wide receiver. Everybody's mentioning it these days. Every mock draft, every guy that covers the team, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. It's so obvious that it makes me think they're not taking one now.
Well, your thought process sort of plays along.
Smoke bomb.
With what the George Pickens
that would make
information that I received to say that George Pickens was led to believe that the Eagles are very interested. And if the draft falls a certain way, they would even potentially go and get him.
Yeah.
Go up in the second round to go get him.
Once everybody becomes uniform and, the Eagles are going to do this. Yeah, no, 3 years in a row, first-round wide receiver. And that's in the back of my mind, too. That's not a blueprint for a successful team. 3 first-round picks on wide receiver. That should be a position you can address maybe a little bit later, second and third rounds and free agency. But to spend 3 first-round picks, that just screams Lions to me. And it smells desperate.
I am going to – well, they are desperate.
Kind of, yeah.
Their wide receiving core sucks.
Past
Devontae Smith, it sucks.
I think Quez he showed some promise.
He shows promise, but he's not a solid 2 or 3
No,
yet.
he might be a solid 3, but not
I don't think he's a solid 3 yet.
I mean, he had like 650 yards last year with an offense that didn't throw the ball a ton.
He had that many yards?
Yeah. He had a couple of really big plays.
Then maybe I'll take back the solid because that's solid.
Let me double check it.
That's absolutely solid.
I'm pretty sure he was over 600.
That's it. That's more than solid then. 650 is more than solid.
I mean, don't quote me exactly on 650.
No, we're going to quote you exactly.
You said over
647.
That's that's solid. That's more than solid.
Yeah,
that's absolutely solid.
I think he's a great 3 to grow with.
Well,
but you need a 2.
You do, and I believe the Pickens chatter. I know the source. I consider it impeccable, the source. So that they could move up in the second round to go get Pickens if they want to, if the draft falls a certain way. Meaning to me, could you go corner and you go edge rusher? Or you go corner and
I think edge rusher
or Jordan Davis is on the. If Jordan Davis is on the board, they're taking Jordan Davis.
One DT or DN or edge, whatever you want to call it, is a lock.
And then a corner.
And then it's what is that second pick? I think it's got to be corner because why haven't they signed somebody?
This is where I keep doubting myself because I was the one saying the other day I'm convinced that they're going wide receiver.
I know. It's this time of the year. You doubt everything. Trust no one, doubt everything.
And Mort has always instructed over the years. He told me that now, the last 2 weeks before the draft, it is many more lies are being told than truths.
Sure. Absolutely.
So, and teams have agendas to get out.
And that's why when everybody's going, the Eagles are going to take a wide receiver. I'm going, this stinks now.
All right, among Jameson Williams, Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Treylon Burks, and Chris Olave, who would you like?
Garrett Miller and
Chris Olave.
Garrett Wilson, you mean?
Garrett, I always do that.
Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave.
I would go Garrett Wilson and Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams, I'm just a little afraid of the...
I'm fine.
You're fine with it.
Yeah. What would disappoint you the most out of those 5? Or maybe none of them would.
Chris Olave, in my studying, does the least bountiful route tree. Or at least he did at Ohio State.
No, I've seen that.
So that does give me a little concern that he's one-trick pony-ish.
Okay.
Well, the one thing I will say, though, is...
But Deshaun was one-trick pony-ish.
Is it
Drake, fine.
Drake London? I can just tell that there's a lot of people who have not ever watched his reels, have never done a deep dive, and they're just doing the bwop, bwop, bwop. Oh, he played in the West Coast. Bwop, bwop. This guy is... Mike Williams is the number one guy that they say is the sort of comp to him. He's great. I mean, now the speed is going to be a little bit of an issue, but he's great at a contested ball. I mean, he fights.
I'd be lying if I didn't say a USC wide receiver bugs me out.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with...
I know. I know, but I can't
understand.
shake
Yeah,
that
but the
from
thing
my
is, though, people are
stupid
just.
brain.
I see it repeated every day on. I see it repeated every day on social media by people just going, "Can't do it. Can't do another one." I'm like, it's ridiculous.
The concern with him
watched.
is his separation.
And it is. He is. He may be the best contested ball receiver in the draft.
Yeah.
And what do you have if your quarterback is Jalen Hurts? Contested balls. He rarely throws guys open. I mean, you're getting a guy, and he's tough.
I know.
Fearless.
Big. I know, but I have.
Fearless, tough. Mike Williams comps. Are we serious? And there are people going, "Oh, can't have him. He's just going to be another J.J. Arcega-Whiteside." I'm like, okay, you've never watched him play. You haven't done any bit of research if you're coming with that. You're just at your PTSD. I think that's what people have.
And I understand why people do.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't compare the guy. He's nothing like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
No, it's just Pac-12 and USC receivers in general.
I got you.
It's kind of like when you get food poisoning from an item. A lot of times you won't eat that item.
Cilantro.
Manwich.
Very good, Pat.
It's like that doesn't mean every single cilantro, manwich, whatever you had, chicken fingers, doesn't mean they're all bad, but you're probably unlikely to go back to that and order that from anywhere.
You started great. You're finishing great, man. I'm so
keep it
proud
up,
of you.
buddy.
Thanks,
Pat,
guys.
I got to tell you, the scolding you got after the show yesterday, Pat had a private meeting with Coach.
Uh-huh.
And it got a little heated.
He actually asked me for my key cards, but he eventually gave them back.
No, and Bob and Connor lost theirs.
Yeah.
Which is strange.
Did they really?
I've never lost my key card before, and now I just can't find it anywhere.
Both of them lose it. Chandler and Joey lose their key card the same day. I said, are you two punking each other? Are you doing something to each other like you're messing around? Like one of them found their key card missing, so then the other one went and stole the other's key card to mess with them because they both claim to have lost their key card the same day.
Tony Perrone is not going to be happy with you two.
Oh, man, she's going to take you out. By the way, Tony Perrone, a 9.5-point favorite in that matchup.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Lay the money line.
I'm laying. Hey, bet the favorites. Bet the favorites there. Where are you and Jamie going to be tomorrow night, Pat?
Oh, we're going to be at Rivers Casino for the Sixers game. You can come out and watch it with us. We'll be hanging out. First 50 people get a Play the Song T-shirt, which is a beautiful item. So I think I'll have to snag one of those.
We'll be there an hour before the game. I believe there's some Miller Lite specials going on. There's a tremendous TV, great recliners, good area to watch the game. You can make your bets there. It's a good time. We'll have some giveaways. I did them last year with Tyrone, and it was a good time.
It's hard to even call it a TV. It's a football field that projects games.
And it really does.
It's legitimately that big.
And if you're driving on 95, you do have to put down your visor.
It's huge. Like as soon as you walk into Rivers Casino, you see it. It's massive.
That's awesome. Great chance to meet the boys tomorrow night. So go on out for that. That should be a fantastic time. In the linchpin, Jamie saw something insane.
This is the linchpin.
Joe Madden, what were you thinking?
What do you mean?
So this past weekend, the Angels are playing. God, I'm blanking out here. The Rangers.
Corey Seager.
And Corey Seager's up with the bases loaded. I think it was the fourth inning. 1 out. He walks him.
Intentionally.
Intentionally.
Yep.
To get a run home to not face him.
Yep.
Is Corey Seager Barry Bonds?
Corey Seager's off to a spectacular start.
He's a great player. I'm not, but really?
How did it work?
They ended up giving up 3 runs.
No, how did it work out?
What do you mean?
Did he win the game?
Oh, I don't even know.
He won the game.
Yeah, because they came back and won late.
I got you.
It wasn't because of that decision.
No, I got you. Well, it's one of the decisions that led to a win. Corey Seager hits a bases clearing double.
Or Corey Seager strikes out and...
Well, that's not as likely.
Don't,
that's not as likely.
Well, I don't know about that. I think the math would be in the favor of a non-home run happening. I was shocked to see it.
Yeah.
Joe Madden's unconventional, and he takes risks and all that stuff. Really?
I got to tell you, I would have taken a stance if I was the pitcher. I would have told him, no, I'm not intentionally walking him, and if you want to take me out of the game, take me out of the game.
He kind of looked pissed. Like, he put his hat down, and, like, I think he was fuming out of his nose.
That's ridiculous.
Right?
I mean, Joe Madden's forgotten more baseball than I'll ever know, but as a competitor,
it's
if I was a professional athlete, I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not giving in to somebody.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did you were you okay with it when if someone did that bases loaded walk, and they did do it with Barry Bonds?
That made sense because he was hitting 70 plus home runs a year at that point.
I mean, Seager's the only guy he was really, really worried about.
It's still insane.
I got you. I mean,
you're just like,
okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
it doesn't sit well with
when
me.
you're saying about as a competitor, Bob.
Yeah,
I watched a Hall of Fame manager and Bobby Cox continually walk Barry Bonds, and they would wave to him as they intentionally walked him to first base, saying, "Okay, Bonds is not going to be the one that beats us tonight, and we're gonna walk him almost every." They walked him constantly, and so to me, I think you can be a great competitor and be what you consider to be a superior strategist.
But I'm not talking about the manager competitive. I'm just talking about the pitchers. No way. Corey Seager's never hit more than 26 home runs in a season.
Yeah, that's what I don't.
Yeah, but
He's
could be
never
a
had.
bases clearing double.
But that's why you play.
He hits a lot of doubles, I believe.
But you play the game for that instance.
Yeah, I literally might have dropped the ball and walked off the mound if I was an established pro, and my manager told me to do that.
Kind of understand if Barry Bonds is up.
Yeah,
because
kind
he's
of understand.
70 bombs.
Okay.
So kind of understand that. But I often think back to what Ricky said, and I'd be interested in his opinion on this. But Ricky was talking about one of his, he was working with a mental coach who said, all right, your worst pitch, the guy's still only going to hit it 3 out of 10 times.
Okay.
You make a mistake. So with that line of thinking, you're facing a bad Rangers team, by the way, and you won't let your pitcher go out there and throw at a guy that doesn't have a ton. Like, he has power, but he doesn't ton. The odds are in your favor to get the out. So do it. It's a dumb move in my opinion.
I'd rather know what my guy looks like going against a guy that obviously Joe Madden loves. Corey Seager thinks he's a great player. Okay, I want to see my pitcher challenge him.
Okay,
I'd rather see that than give up a run.
I get it. I mean, and I don't think you're. It's weird, is that I don't believe your opinion's wrong, but I have no problem with what he did.
Like, he's only batting .294 on the season. And he's never had more than 20.
It's not like he's an RBI machine either. He's never had more than 100 RBIs.
I'd kill for 296 on the Phillies right now. He's a great player.
He's a hell of a great. Corey Seager's a fantastic player.
There's a bunch of them, though, in baseball.
He's their best offensive threat, no doubt. With all of that said, that you're facing a bad Rangers team.
There you go. It is interesting there to a debate.
Would you fill her up, please?
Oh.
Would you fill her up, please?
All right, third caller. At 215-263-0975. Yeah, I am being easy.
112 caller.
Connor got the big boy haircut, Bob.
And?
I'm trying to make him look. Bob and Connor have that tight relationship. I'm trying to give Connor some really good love there and just say, hey, Connor.
Make him earn his new key card. 112th caller.
Oh. Tony is going to make him earn his new key card.
And she's the one who gives out the key cards.
And, can we have like a video of that? When Bob and Connor have to walk up to Tony and ask for their new key cards?
Tony not going to be happy with you.
I'd like to watch the video of it.
She's very intimidating. I've had to ask her for a pen one time, and it took me a week to muster the guts.
That's because you were involved in the great potential pen stealing scandal of 2015.
I was blamed, but it was not my.
You were not part of that?
Me. No,
because I've heard that you were maybe involved in the great pen scandal.
She don't scare me none.
No, it was somebody's 10-year-old they were bringing in.
What'd you say, Jane?
I didn't say anything. I'm remaining silent. I have my key card.
No, we'll grab that audio and send it to her.
No, I think Tony listens to Peter and Stan. I think you don't think she's driving in listening to us, right?
I think she's dialed in right now.
I think for Bob's sake, she better not be. I would just suggest.
Tony don't scare me now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll find out.
I'm going to tear my house apart to find my kid.
You'll be sitting there knocking on the door, but she doesn't scare you any.
Nothing to scare about.
No, my key. I'll find it, but it won't work tomorrow.
Exactly.
It won't be.
Yeah.
Oh well, go see why your key card's not.
They didn't tell you were fired. They just fixed the glitch.
Yeah, it's like the Jamal Adams video when he's walking into the Jets facility and he's pushing the code.
He's pushing all the codes,
and he's like, "What's up?"
Oh my gosh, it'll be Coach. You'll be glad to handle that for Bob, right?
Not doing it.
See, Coach.
I go to Tony and ask for Post-it notes,
and
I get scared.
And you get a little scared that maybe you're asking for something that's not in. Yeah. She's the keeper of the. She's the keeper around here. You better make sure you got your ducks in a row before you go see Tony.
Yeah,
she'll take it. Look, Bob's thinking
Bob
big.
Talks tough game.
He's feeling big now. You're feeling a little big now, Bobby. But I can tell you,
I don't sweat her.
Look, but you don't.
No.
Joe Bell.
I sweat him.
Joe Bell actually, I couldn't believe it when I said, I'm coming here. I said, well, I'd like to know about the management chart. He reports to Tony. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's unbelievable. All right, we got a lot coming up here, including our listener-suggested segment of the day, which involves a man trying to get a ruling on dealing with his wife. Oh, are we going to get him in trouble? Potentially. John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic. Today, I begin. So it's been like a 10-day preparation period of getting the ducks in a row, understanding some of the decisions that I've made as I'm pairing up with CoPair, CoPairHealth.com. And Vance is my sort of personal advisor. I have gotten tired of putting on 20, taking off 20. Putting on 20, taking off 20. And I bragged many, many times to my wife going, well, I could take off 10 pounds in 2 months. Simple. 15 pounds. Nothing. It's not a problem. But the problem is I keep putting the weight back on and then I take it off. I want to create better habits. And I got to change those habits. And CoPair is going to help me out. And Vance has done a great job of preparing for this. And I'm trying to feel a little bit better and make smarter decisions. CoPair is 100% individualized. I have my Zoom calls with, working directly with Vance. And he's got me prepared for this, and I am ready for the challenge. When you reach your goal, too, you have free support from your coach forever. And it's a program built to match my needs and schedule. And I'm really looking forward to doing it. Call now and change your life forever. Those bad habits, those things you're not successful with, if it's just 20 pounds, 25 pounds, it doesn't have to be 50 or 100, but if it is, they can help you too. Go to CoPairHealth.com and tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air?
Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Join Jamie Lynch and Pat Egan Wednesday at 7 for 97.5 The Fanatic's official playoff watch party at Rivers Casino, Philadelphia. Watch the game on the 56-foot video wall. Enjoy Miller Lite specials at 76-cent wings. Win great prizes including Sixers jerseys. Plus, the first 50 people get a Play the Song t-shirt.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. There are a ton of reasons why guys aren't able to perform. Could be age, could be medical conditions, stress, or anxiety. Whatever it is, don't let it ruin your sex life. The Chewables from BlueChew.com can make sure you're able to perform at your best every time you get the opportunity to have a little fun. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. There are no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. It's simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Try Blue Chew for free when you use our promo code 975 at checkout. Just pay $5 for shipping. That's BlueChew.com. Promo code 975 to receive your first month free. Check them out today.
Sure, any two slices of bread with something in the middle makes a sandwich. But what makes a Wawa hoagie a hoagie? Is it the roll? Perfectly crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside? The deli meats, premium quality piled high? The fresh, crisp veggies, sauces, aiolis, spices, oil, and vinegar? Or is it getting it made with fresh mozzarella just the way you like?
Yeah, it's all of that.
Now you can add fresh mozzarella to any hoagie. Gotta have a Wawa. Right now, Wawa Rewards members earn twice as fast on hoagies through May 8th.
What day is it?
It's a good day to save when you fuel up at Wawa. Get 15 cents off per gallon when you pay with the Wawa app now through May 8th. Just pull into Wawa, pull up the app, select your pump, and pay. You're ready to start fueling and start saving.
We're going to Wawa right now.
And don't forget your phone, so you can pay with the Wawa app and get 15 cents off per gallon at Wawa, now through May 8th.
You're still talking? Let's go.
Gotta have a Wawa.
Verizon knows you need internet speeds you can rely on at a price you can trust. Switch to Verizon Fios, the 100% fiber optic network with upload speeds up to 25 times faster than cable and internet plans with no surprises. Enjoy gaming with ultra-low lag, streaming your favorite shows and movies, and video chatting to stay connected with your friends and family. All with no hidden fees and no expiring promo prices. Plans start at just $39.99 per month with AutoPay. That's right, faster speed and reliability costs less than you think. No surprises, no caveats, just the 100% fiber optic network and 100% price transparency. That's Verizon Fios. Call 1-800-VERIZON to switch today. February 23rd, 2022 speed claim based on Fios gigabit connection max upload speeds of 880 megabits per second versus 35 megabits per second advertised upload speeds for Xfinity Gigabit, Spectrum Internet Gig, and Optimum 1 Gig plans. $15 per month router charge, $99 setup fee, and terms may apply.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PC and tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a speed bump. Did you hear what I said? I'm a speed bump. And if you have cut rate car insurance, the cost to reattach your muffler could really be a bump in the road. So switch to Allstate, save money, and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Based on coverage and limits selected, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Keep up with the Philadelphia 76ers wherever you are with the 76ers official mobile app. Sponsored by Verizon, the new and improved 76ers mobile app has even more access to your favorite 76ers content, like real-time game stats, news, videos, plus access to exclusive offers, contests, and sweeps. Check out the all-new fan page where you can play games, download wallpapers, and access the Junior 76ers Kids Club. Visit the Apple App Store or Google Play to download today by searching Philadelphia 76ers.
Let me be real with you people. The casino games on my Caesars Casino app are real. The slots are real. The blackjack is real. It's just like you're in a casino for real, which is awesome. But if I'm going to be real, you can't feed other players to the Tigers when they win, and I miss that. So download the Caesars Casino app.
Download Caesars Casino app. Must be 21. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now.
I got a spring cleaning tip for you, and it is strange because I'm very poor at cleaning my house. But I know that H&H Heating and Air Conditioning can help clean the air that we breathe. Now, my daughter suffers from terrible allergies, and this is fantastic because H&H Heating and Air Conditioning installed a new air scrubber and micro power guard air cleaner system in our home. And every single time that I come back into my house, you know that waft of air you hit when you open up the door from the garage and you go into the house? It is awesome. It smells clean, smells fresh. And the girls were saying, man, this house isn't dusty. For a limited time, get $200, the air scrubber system. You're going to get $200 off. You'll breathe easier knowing it helps eliminate harmful contaminants and airborne particles, which helps fight allergies and viruses. And remember, spring allergies mean summer isn't far behind. Don't wait until it's too late to find out that your AC isn't ready for the sweltering summer ahead. Get a tune-up from H&H Heating and Air Conditioning for just $99. To find out more about H&H's indoor air quality solutions, and I'm telling you they work, and to schedule an air conditioning tune-up, visit DelcoHVAC.com. That's DelcoHVAC.com.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Picking on Egan is extremely mean, but I assure you, it's just a small, minute, tiny part of our content.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. We appreciate you being a part of it. Tell your family, tell your friends. And remember a Sixers game tomorrow night, which you're going to hear on The Fanatic. That's the best part, too, to be able to have that little games on the Fanatic. Tom McGinnis had some marvelous calls last night, and I'm sure that they are going to have that on today on Cuz Radio. That would be not even a question.
If I had to make a wager on that I wanted to, potentially sell down the line now that the NBA basketball playoffs are here, I'd probably head to Prop Swap. You could probably get good money on an Tom McGinnis call today. Head to PropSwap.com and download the free app.
How about an over-under on Play the Song Tunis today?
So I was texting with Tunis last night.
I have the number.
He set a line, and he would know best.
Ooh. Okay. What did he set the line at?
He said, you want to take a guess?
I'll take a guess.
17.5.
Oh, my God. Exactly the number I was going to say, 17.5. Yeah.
So he thought they were around that on Monday. Oh, I hit my mic. He thought they were around that on Monday, so he set the line for today because of more excitement at 21.5.
Ooh.
I am going to bet the under.
It's not a bad bet.
I'm betting the under on that one.
22 is a lot.
Because you know what Anthony has the joy of a 12-year-old at an amusement park. Andrew, as we know, a little bit of the more measured, crazy person.
He's an old soul.
He is an old soul. And he's a dad now, too, by the way.
I heard.
Steve and Marty both want Marty, that's strange, both want to know, where do I get a Blue Cat Lodge t-shirt? They said to me, I'm wearing a Blue Cat Lodge t-shirt today. The Blue Cat Lodge from Ozark is actually a place called JD's on the Lake in Atlanta. So the place they use is called it's actually JD's on the Lake. So you can get the Ozark merchandise there, and I think that they have done some of the other Ozark merchandise available to you. So there it is if you were interested in grabbing that. We have our listener-suggested segment of the day.
Here is the listener-suggested segment of the day.
All right, this has a danger of going really, really wrong. Darren McAndrews' wife does not listen to sports radio. But guys that... wait a minute. DeChunis, do you know Darren? Am I seeing you? I saw him make a face there. Oh, okay. He does not know Darren. Darren's wife does not listen to sports radio. But the guys in her office do. And he knows this for a fact. Here's what he asks for our help with today. By the way, he's been married 6 years, and they have one child. My wife is a part-time Sixers fan. She hardly watches all year long. Then it gets to the playoffs, and she wants to watch every minute with me, but annoys me with her constant negativity about the team's play and says a bunch of misinformed stuff. Now, he gives me a couple. Boy, Joel Embiid just plays very disinterested. I think this Harden seems very, very overhyped. How do I tell her kindly, because I love her and she's the mother of my child, to please don't ruin...
for you to shut the
No,
up.
he doesn't say that. He says he wants to say to her kindly, please don't ruin the best games of the year for me, because he says, I probably saw 70 of the games this year, and I went to 4.
King of his kingdom.
And she went to 2 with me. And actually, when she goes to a game, she really enjoys it. But she won't watch much in the regular season. Then in the playoffs, it's every game right next to him, next cushion.
This is Joe Cordell.
What do you say? What do you say? Because he says, I want to say it nicely.
If I was him, what I would do, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, I'd hit the internal mute button and just be happy that she's making an effort to enjoy something I enjoy.
See, that's great. I think that's great advice that she's trying, but he says it sucks the joy out of it.
He's got to hit that mute in the brain.
You can't, though, because she's going to be asking him questions. She's going to want to converse.
Yeah.
So that's the same as saying, would you please shut up?
Ignore. I mean, unless it's a direct question, just kind of go like,
Now, see, I had a similar problem.
Okay.
And I addressed it only recently. So my wife and mother-in-law, particularly my mother-in-law, when they see something come up on the news, a story come up on the news, they comment and ask questions on it the whole segment of that story on the news. And then they say, so why did they do this? And weren't they going to do that?
But you're missing the story?
I'm like, oh, my God, I want to know what's happening, but I can't hear it because you guys keep talking over it. So one time I just said, I don't know what happened because they were talking and you guys were asking your questions. So I kind of said it nicely, kiddingly, but I tried to make, and it didn't work. They still
It
do
didn't go
it.
over well?
Yeah, so I don't know exactly what Darren's supposed to do here.
My guess is this. I would absolutely be thrilled, and Jamie, it sort of goes to you. I would be thrilled if Christina made the effort to want to watch the game with me.
Yeah, I think there's more positives from it than negatives.
She watches
Yes,
Eagles.
that's a great point.
But I also say, and I sent it to him in the email I sent to him, my wife, though, will watch an Eagles game, and she's got her iPad, and she loves to read, or she's got a book.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll sit there and watch the game, but not watch every play, and she'll look up, she'll put the book down, she'll say, so maybe just a little coaching?
Yeah.
Can you say it to her? Please don't
Plus,
do that.
I think there's some other things that could come of this if you get some good couch time and the kids are alone or, up in bed,
In the middle of a Sixers game?
Who am I to say no?
Yeah, but he wants to watch the game,
You're
obviously.
a pig. They're just
I'm
trying to watch a
saying.
Sixers
Your-
game, and
your
you got to
wife's
bring
making an
sex
effort.
into it.
Well,
And
your
you're thinking-
wife's making an effort. It's the two of you on a couch. You're watching a game. There's a halftime,
Oh, halftime then.
And there's an end of the game. I mean, you got to be a little forward
Wait a
thinking
minute,
here.
you're
We're
saying-
just talking about the game,
No, wait,
Jamie.
I'm talking about the game too.
Pat, I'm thinking this by Jamie's game plan.
Sex.
They're, it's halftime, and Amy Fadul's on, and they're getting it on the couch.
You
Is
think
there
you're
something?
excited? Feel these nipples.
She's making an effort. Let her make the effort.
How about
sex positions?
All right, you guys talking about your
I
situations.
don't even know what we're talking about
Darren
now.
would kill for, I think, a situation like we all have. The problem he has is his wife won't shut up and she doesn't know what she's talking about. It's really not a difficult scenario. You start dialing a number, and when she asks who you're calling, you say, I'm calling Michelle Ferreri. She's licensed in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and she'll take care of this for me.
Okay.
Because if you don't shut up, we're going to start having to ask the kids what house they want to live in.
I think you just have fun with it.
This is the
all
damn
right, John. Here, let's play the
Yes.
game. You're the wife.
Okay.
I'm Darren. Go
Okay,
ahead. Say something that he describes.
James Harden does look fat to me.
Yeah,
he
it's 'cause-
he looks totally I don't know. He just he's not in shape.
he looks better when he trims the beard.
We need Jamie doing his Addy voice.
That's true. Yeah.
Joel Embiid just looks really uninspired out there.
Nah, he's
looks
inspired.
lazy.
He's got a new baby,
Dad's strength is great for him. He wears it well, but I'm just concerned about his longevity in the playoffs.
Yeah, he'll be. Now I'll be Jamie. Nah, he'll be all right. He's okay.
He's fine.
He's fine.
Just
He'll
hit
be
her
all
with
right.
it. Every answer from you though is it'll be fine.
Just hit her with a bunch of. It's gonna be fine. Don't
Yeah,
worry about
Darren,
it.
you got to just have fun with it, dude. I know it's have fun with it.
Now Darren listens every day.
Darren needs to hide a plate behind a couch cushion or something, and when she starts asking these ridiculous questions, you pull it out and you say, it's weird. There's not a sandwich on here.
Oh, jeez.
I'm kidding. If you get that, she'll be calling Michelle Ferreri.
You better, and she'll take him.
What
to
is
the cleaners.
wrong with the two of you?
Look,
I'm trying to turn this into a positive.
No, you see, it's weird, Pat, because I think you got led down a path there because Bob was being all ballsy about saying, "Oh yeah, I'll go to Tony.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get the new badge."
And now he says, "What's wrong with me?"
When literally going to Tony is sort of like going to see the wizard.
Look, you're solving
gotta
two
go-
problems.
there's
You're
like
getting
flying
dinner,
monkeys.
You're getting dinner, and she won't ask you questions.
See,
It's a double killing two birds with one stone there, Bobby.
By the way, who wants to kill birds? I've never understood that. By throwing a stone, why do you want to throw stones at birds?
What is the new PETA saying for that one? Do you know, James?
Feed a fed bird? No, that's
feed a dead fed horse.
Fed horse. Let me see.
Don't eat animals. The other day they put out the tweet. Don't eat animals. Don't eat animals. Don't eat animals.
Who says that?
That was the PETA tweet.
Really?
Yeah, on Easter. Don't eat animals. Don't put out pictures of your Easter spread.
Oh.
Don't eat animals.
This was obvious.
But they're tasty.
Feed two birds with one scone.
Wow. There's no way that's real.
I swear to God, PETA.com. It's from a Washington Post article.
Feed two birds
with one scone.
with one scone.
That's
a
not
lot.
bad.
You can feed like 10 birds with a scone.
Yeah.
A good scone. They're a little rough, though. They're a little
You
hard.
might need a little
they're
liquid.
coarse.
A little bit of... They're coarse?
Yeah.
Good word.
Anyway, I think we helped Darren out.
There we go. Darren, we love
I
you.
don't think
and we
we did a
appreciate
little
it.
bit.
Now,
I think
the
so
thing
either.
is, though, here's the thing. Did the guys in Darren's office ditch him today? Like, in her office. His wife doesn't listen. And by the way, she listens to Peter and Stan. And so the guys in her office, though, he knows listen to us. Do one of them throw him under the bus?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
You
Yeah.
think so?
If they're buddies,
so maybe he's trying to, because, he wanted to make sure I worded it properly. So,
Yes.
Darren, we love you. Thank you.
Turn it into a positive, my man.
Hey, in Cooney's Corner, Doc Rivers is in the crosshairs.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, Doc Rivers. Those are probably your three best performers for the 76ers so far this playoff series. And I don't think it's in that order.
Yeah,
I think Doc's had a really good series.
He's had an amazing series.
And there's a few things to draw from it. All right, game one, Tyrese Maxey goes off for 38 points. A lot of it because the other team is double and triple teaming Joel Embiid. They were double teaming him and digging every time he got the ball. The double would come when the ball was in the air, and then a guard would come down and dig while keeping his eye on his defender or the person he's defending also. At one point, probably before the game, Doc had to go to Joel Embiid and say, look, this might not be you today. This might be the guards today because they're going to double and triple team you. I know that's going to happen. You're not going to get your 20 shots today. And he didn't. He got 15 shots. And some people said, I was at the game and he didn't, and Joel Embiid didn't look interested. No, he looked focused to me. Focused knowing that, all right, this isn't going to be my 30-15 game, but other guys are going to get going because of me. I think that was absolutely talked about with Doc Rivers to the potential MVP. Then you have a situation in game one that I talked about a little earlier where Shake Milton totally just relaxed on defense and didn't get out on a shooter. And Doc Rivers called a timeout and limped his ass to half court to meet Shake Milton and said, what the hell are you doing? You need to close out, and talk to him the whole way to the bench. Shake Milton responded by scoring points in the second half, I think 7 straight. And then last night, Tyrese Maxey, after scoring no points in the first 9-10 minutes of the first quarter, as he's coming off, Doc Rivers goes to him. Come on, man, what are you doing? You got to be aggressive. You got to be you. Stop this.
Be you.
Maxey goes on and has a really good game. Doc Rivers is pushing all the right buttons. Inferior opponent, sure, no question about it. But as much as we get on Doc Rivers for the bad, we have to acknowledge when he's good. And so far in this series, he's been really good.
No,
and that's, look, if you're a Sixers fan, that's what you want. You might not like Doc Rivers, and you might not see the future being with Doc Rivers, but so far for this playoff series, he's pressed all the right buttons.
Doc's smiling. You notice that?
Yeah,
I
he
saw
does
a bunch
seem
of
to be.
smiles.
Yeah, he's intense, but he's enjoying what they're giving
what
him.
He's seeing.
Yes,
and I just like seeing Doc smile because I want to see him. We all want to see him succeed. We all want him to be. If Doc Rivers retires here with a couple of titles and isn't, it would be the happiest moment for
saw
everybody.
somebody pose this ridiculous question that they didn't believe, that they claimed they were just posing. It was, Sixers fans, would you rather Doc be here for another 5 years with a title or leave after this offseason? And I went, dude, I'm pretty sure your sports brain has broken.
What brand of stupidity is that?
And he goes, I don't buy it. I just want to see if people do buy it.
What?
And I was like, no, dude. If Doc Rivers wins a title here, he can come to my house and hit me with a tomato on my front doorstep every day of the year.
Yes.
I don't give a damn.
All right,
just win.
Doc, we will set that up.
Oh, I'd be
Doc
happy to.
And by the way,
I bet he's got a little arm on him.
And everybody's got a.
He could whiz one in there.
Absolutely. Doc wins a title. He should have there should be a dunk booth, a tomato throwing.
There'll be a statue at Xfinity Live within a month.
Yeah, he can hit me with banana pies if he wants. I don't give a damn.
They got a strange problem with taking away statues afterwards down there.
Look, if Doc Rivers wins a championship, he can come over. My wife can watch a game with him, and I'll make both of them sandwiches. How about that?
See that?
If he wins a championship, if he doesn't, though, I'm not doing any of that.
The concept of being able to say, well, people don't want Doc to be successful. I'm like, what a load of crap.
Yeah,
if you're a Sixers fan, you want him to be successful, and no, you haven't been happy with the way things have gone.
Yeah, it is. It's ludicrous to say you don't want a coach here that's going to win you a championship, something you haven't done since 1983.
Yes,
I mean, I'll take Bugs Bunny as the head coach as long as he wins you a championship. Who cares about that? Or Speedy Gonzalez.
Second Bugs ref.
Yeah.
Speedy was canceled. He's
out.
It
was. I went to
we can't use Speedy. We apologize for that.
Yeah, I went to his press conference last night before the game, and Doc seemed Doc-ish to me. Affable, answered the questions thoughtfully, everything like that. He seemed like the Doc that I had seen many, many times before, no attitude or anything like that. Seemed calm and ready to go.
No, he was the smiles on Doc Rivers has a great smile. It's a joyous smile. So Doc, use it. Find your joy. Find your joy every single day. That's what you got to do. You got to find something to be.
You win playoff games by 20 and 15 points. There should be some smiles going around.
Winning in blowout fashion in 2 games is amazing, and now they head off to Toronto for Game 3. And we don't have to wait for Game 3, which I really like too. Game 3 coming right on the emotion of that. We get it tomorrow night, and then we get Game 4 on Saturday afternoon. And Anthony Gargano's in the house.
What is it, boys? What is it, boys?
All right, the thing that most impressed you last night. Singular. Got to think of one thing that most impressed you.
I thought Danny Green played a hell of a game, man.
He can dunk.
I thought he went up and jammed that.
Did you see? I forget who it was. It might have been Shake Milton went over and checked his knees.
Well, they say he jams in practice.
Yeah.
And then they say, stop doing that because you're only supposed to practice the shots you make in games. So everybody was laughing at him that you don't jam in games, so don't jam now.
So DeAndre Jordan went over to the bench, sat down, and started shooting from there?
Hey, I got to tell you this. Were we all bamboozled? Or did Doc wise up? Because DeAndre Jordan, I mean, seriously, where is he?
Won't see him no more.
Yeah, well,
Doc
did say it, though. I mean, Doc said he wasn't going to play him in against small lineups.
Yeah, but I mean, he had played DeAndre Jordan against small lineups. That's what I have issue with. He did play him against small lineups. During the regular season, he did. He didn't tell us that he was going to. This is great. I'm very happy with what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, you have no choice. I mean, there was no choice. DeAndre Jordan would be, it would be malpractice. Like that, you can't play him in this series. You can't play him, period. But you definitely can't play him in this series. There's nobody to match up with.
There's nobody. Hey, College Ave Student Loans want you to know May 1st is almost here. Before your student makes their final college choice, make sure you visit collegeave.com. A better student loan experience. They will get you all fired up and ready to go. The winning by – does a win is a win in the playoffs, or is a win by decided margin mean more? Because I always hear this, a win's a win, a win's a win.
No, it definitely means more because they can't match up with the Sixers. The series is over. They can't match up with them.
But
that's what the disparity shows you, is that they can't match up with them. And I'll keep going back to Maxey. How about when he hung in the air?
He's a good finisher.
Oh my God.
He can hang till
that hang time was unbelievable. That was old school, too. He got that from his father.
Here's the only thing is, you and I, though, both believe the series is over. And I said before the series, if they go up 2-0, I don't think they're losing to Toronto. But I think it just because the fact they're not going to lose 4 or 5 to Toronto. Do you think they go out and decidedly end this series and end it early?
I think what we've seen in the first 2 games is not an outlier. I mean, Bob, come on. I mean, they can't match up with them. First of all, I didn't see going into it. We talked about it. Look, they weren't playing good ball, but, I mean, Toronto, how many times did I say to you, I got to be afraid of Gary Trent now?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't match up with the Sixers.
Okay,
Sixers are a better team.
So you're saying 4 or 5? Definitely?
Yeah.
4 or 5, definitely. What are you leaning towards? 5? I think
I don't know. I guess you give him 1. I don't know.
Nah, Nick Nurse is coaching the Lakers by Sunday.
He says that he thinks Nick Nurse is gone.
I agree with him.
I think this is an embarrassing performance by Nick Nurse in his inability to just keep his composure.
You got to also, I mean, no, Scotty Barnes kills them.
No, but he doesn't keep his composure.
He's the glue.
I mean, that pregame press conference to Game 2 was as embarrassing as it comes. Trying to just whining and crying and everything.
I agree with you, but that's tactic.
But Game 2, you go to that. You're only down 1 game in the series.
But he knows it. Like, he sees it. Listen, you're coaching that team. You look at the Sixers, and the Sixers playing like you can't match up with them. Tobias is playing great ball, right?
He is.
You have great ball for Tobias.
He is.
I did that yesterday. Tobias is playing great ball. If you get those contributions from Danny Green like that, like, that's it, man. It's a wrap.
You won 2 games, and in each game, one of your 2 best players didn't have a great game.
Right.
Like, Embiid didn't play great the first game, and Harden wasn't great last night, and yet you won by 20 and 15.
Right. I mean, all Harden has to do with those other guys playing, with Maxey and Tobias playing the way they're playing, all Harden has to do is be the maestro, be the conductor.
Well, he's obviously teaching on the court, as Bob pointed out earlier, and
I heard
Jamie
that,
had
which
pointed
was
some of those.
spot on.
And at one point, he was the one getting the foul. Maxey was getting into a little right in and he walked over and touched Maxey on the shoulder and took him over and said something like, "Stay out of that stuff.
Yeah,
just focus on what you're doing.
It's fun, brother.
It is fun.
It is fun."
We the over/under's 21.5 on Play the Song today. Just so you know, I think Bet Parks is actually going to put it up.
All right,
so be ready for that. A joyous Tuesday.
Just go naturally. Don't cook any lines. Just let it come to you.
Don't act like you're an official from my high school. Don't do that, please.
Don't Donaghy it.
Don't Donaghy this.
Let the song come to you.
Exactly.
Who do they think I am?
I don't know.
Have some fun.
I hear you.
That is it. By the way, that is an awesome hoodie.
Yeah, I just said the same thing to him. I was like, "Where'd you get that?"
I've never seen that before. Where is it?
It was unbelievable.
It's a really
awesome.
and
Artist.
He looks comfy
He's unbelievable.
too.
Where? Who is he? Do you know? Find him. Find him.
Yeah,
because that's awesome.
I want to reach out to him and hug him.
Jamie, you in?
I
will buy one
for a reason.
Yeah, they're great.
Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Hey, I'm not talking about Anthony, even though he is a very handsome man. Support life-saving cancer research. Join us and our generous partners, Farron Electric. Please make a donation to the American Association for Cancer Research today at 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR because cancer research saves lives. Phillies will try to win a game tonight, but more importantly, it is a pregame show. It begins tomorrow at 6 a.m. as the Sixers head north of the border. Hey, by the way, Tom McGinnis, can you pick up some 222s for me and bring them back? John Kincade Show, back with you tomorrow morning at 6 here on The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
If you don't like it, go on the internet and complain.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
If you're a small business, there are lots of choices when it comes to your internet and technology needs. But when you choose Comcast Business Internet, you choose the largest, fastest, reliable network. You choose advanced security for total peace of mind. And you choose fiber solutions